Welcome, everybody, to another edition of the C3 Friday Free for All, the show for Panthers fans by Panthers fans. We appreciate each and every single one of you for hanging out with us to start your weekend on a Friday evening. If you would like to be a part of the Panther discussion that we are having here tonight, yes, we're doing more mock drafts again. Jump in via Streamyard, man. I've posted the link to the YouTube chat, to the Facebook chat. We always have a fantastic time on a Friday night talking Panther football. You know I do it with the dopest, most loyal members of the C3 Legion. First up, you know him, you love him. He might tell you to shut the hell up. It's Panther Pickle. Pickle, what's up, buddy?
Folks, if you think TJ Watts is coming to Carolina, shut the hell up, you a fool.
Damn it, Pickle. Let us
Shut the hell
go.
up. No, it ain't all about you.
Damn it, man. All right, Pickle gonna bring us back down to earth real early in the show.
You know I will.
He's a realist. You know who's gonna lift me right back up? The brand ambassador, D's Ill Scales. D's, what's up, brother? Welcome back to the Free for All, man.
Bum, 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 bum. Let's get another Friday free-for-all started correctly, sir. Let's get some hype and some motivation in on this Panthers team. We're going in the right direction, fellas. The draft is looking like it's going to be a beautiful thing. And one of those beautiful things we saw last night in our C3 Legion mock draft live on the X or on the Spaces, we ran into a problem at number 8. We had Mason Graham available and Jalen Walker available. We didn't know which direction to go for this Panthers defense. We compared and contrasted which would be better for the front seven of this defense moving forward. Ultimately, we decided to go with the consensus number 4 overall guy in Mason Graham, but what a great situation to be in. And soon the Carolina Panthers may find themselves in that same situation where you have someone like Tyler Warren available. You got Tectora McMillan available. You got Jalen Walker available. You got Mason Graham available. Who do you take with the pick? Do you give Bryce Young another weapon? Do you bolster the defense? What direction do you go? All these different decisions that we have to break down. So I'm excited about the draft. I want to wish all the C3 fans a happy Easter and a wonderful, beautiful spring to each and every one of you. I won't be here next week, so I did want to say it this week. But we're getting closer and closer to draft day, and I hope everyone's excited. Let's have a great show, Cody, because I'm ready to roll, baby.
I told you, man. The brand ambassador will lift you right up. And we are doing 2 mock drafts again today. The first one that we do, we're going to do all 32 teams. So we're going to select for everyone. We haven't ever done that before, so I figured it would be fun. And then after that, we'll do our full Panthers mock draft, and we'll really put some effort into this one. But next up, we got my man, Jake the Snake, back on the free for all, brother. How are you, man?
I'm doing great, y'all. Hey, this might not be WWE Raw Live, but this is C3 Panthers Podcast Live, baby. And we're going to enjoy this Friday. We're going to talk Panthers draft. We're going to talk everything, man. Let's get it, y'all. Keep pounding.
Get it. Keep pounding. Listen, man, hit that like button. Hit that subscribe button. Hit that notification bell for an update every single time the C3 Panthers Podcast goes live. Gentlemen, let's have a free-for-all. You know, Pickle has to always ruin it whenever I'm trying to bury the lead, you know. But TJ Watt posted on his Instagram story, deuces. Now, everyone has taken this to mean a bunch of different things, but of course, Panther fandom has run rampant. We know that the Pittsburgh Steelers are potentially interested in Shedeur Sanders. So, boys, my question for all of you, could the Carolina Panthers entertain a trade with the Pittsburgh Steelers for TJ Watt and a swap of our first-round picks? Boys, it's a free-for-all, damn it. Jump on it.
Hell no. Shedeur Sanders ain't going to be here. He is not going to fall all the way to 8. And if he does, if he even gets close to it, there's going to be no. Okay, the Steelers have never traded up ever. Why would they start now? Explain that to me, Jake.
Man, I don't. Yeah, it's not going to happen, y'all. I mean, I'm not trying to raid on anybody's parade. I wouldn't even like to move anyways. And I already talked about it. What he did to Cam Newton's arm, even if it was already hurt in the past, I don't give a damn. It was a dirty move. I don't want to hear it's a football move. He led with his helmet. What he did to his shoulder was messed up. Fuck TJ Watt. He can stay with the Steelers.
All right. Some strong opinions on TJ Watt. Are y'all really going to tell me, though, that if Carolina managed to pull this off and we got a premier edge rusher, that y'all would be upset at a TJ Watt? What are we talking about here? Do you share the same sentiments as Pickle and Jake?
No, I'm way more salty about this. I sent you a photo, and it's where TJ Watt belongs in Panthers fandom. And if you would put that up on the screen, and we'll show everyone where TJ Watt belongs in Panthers fandom. It's here in just a second, and I can feel it coming.
Oh, no. Wow. Hold on. Let me pop this up on the screen. Oh. Wow.
Yes. This is where TJ Watt belongs in Panthers fandom. Behind bars. He's in Panthers jail. He has committed the crime of hurting Cam Newton. How could you do that? But essentially ending the man's career, never recovering from that shoulder injury. We cannot bring a traitorous man like TJ Watt upon this team. We were looking to have Cam Newton come back and bang that keep pounding drum and celebrate the 2015 run and the 2015 season. It's been 10 years. I want my celebration, not TJ Watt, Cody.
That's fact. That's fact.
Yeah.
I'll tell you what, he's 30 years old and he wants a big, fat contract. He ain't, not from the Carolina Panthers, he ain't. TJ Watts, set your ass back down and take the punishment you deserve.
I'm going to be real, boys. I'm going to be real. I don't know if I agree with y'all on this one, man. One, let's just say that in this photo, TJ's looking extra beefy. Okay, look at them shoulders, bro. What are we talking about?
It's the stripes that make it that way.
Oh, sure. Listen, as I said to Jake before the show, I blame Kelvin Benjamin largely for the injury that really took Cam away from us. It was against the Chargers in 2016. Kelvin goes up for a touchdown in the most lazy route that he's ever run. It gets intercepted. Then Kelvin doesn't make the tackle. And then Cam Newton runs it all the way back trying to prevent a pick six and falls on his shoulder. That's what started it. I have no problem telling you, though, that TJ Watt did finish it.
Well,
but could I not say to you, though, that in a year where we are looking to drastically upgrade our defense, doesn't a 15-sack-a-year player, perennial Pro Bowler, former Defensive Player of the Year, doesn't that do just that? And by the way, if Pittsburgh comes calling and they want to give you their 21st pick and move up to 8 and TJ Watt, I don't know, man. That seems like that's not necessarily the worst move. I don't know. I hear that, y'all have some differing opinions, but I don't know, man. If you want to win, to me, what better move to signal that you're trying to win right now than signing one of the best defensive players in football? Cole, jump in on this convo, bro. Welcome back to the Free For All.
What's going on, my man? What are we talking about? You got to fill me in.
TJ Watt.
What's that, TJ Watt?
TJ Watt. If the Panthers could get them a TJ Watt.
Yeah, I see the chat blowing up, getting mad at people.
Yeah, they're mad at us. They're mad at me, Pickle, and these.
Well, I'm blowing a lot of smoke about TJ Watt, to be honest. I am blowing a lot of smoke. I mean, he's 30 years old. I mean, what do y'all really want to give up for him? And
everybody calm down. I want to tell you one thing about TJ Watt before Pickle goes. Just one little quick thing. Okay, we ready? Fuck TJ Watt. Hell no.
Damn,
what he did to my damn quarterback, fuck him.
Damn.
That's what I said too, Cole.
I will never forget what he did to
Damn.
our franchise, his bitch ass. Fuck him. He knew what he was
Why is it
doing.
still salty as hell, bro?
You damn right I am. That was the best quarterback in franchise history, and he tried to cripple him. He knew what the fuck he was doing. Fuck him.
Yes, he did.
I mean, I still blame Kelvin Benjamin, but all right.
Yeah, that's
We
true.
can blame him too. He can get it too, Cody. Hey, if one can get it, they can get it.
All right. Let me throw this at you, Cody. Let me throw this at you, right?
Yeah.
Let's be real.
Yeah.
Miles Garrett makes $40 million a year. $40 million a year.
Mhm.
He's 30 years old.
Mm-hmm.
You think T.J. Watt is going to make less?
No, he'll probably reset the market.
Exactly. So let's be real clear about this, folks. To afford him immediately, like before the draft is over, Taylor Moton is gone. Before the draft is over, multiple players are gone. You're essentially cutting anybody that you can cut to make up room to get him. Or trade anybody you can. And you're not going to give that much for him because people know you want out of him. So ask yourself, is he worth paying him that kind of money and destroying the roster to get one guy?
To some out there are going to say
for what's essentially going to be a few years.
I don't know if I agree with the sentiment, though. Like, one, I don't believe the salary cap is a real thing. I think it's just some shit that we say exists and we all choose to believe in. But the Saints every year prove that it's some bullshit, damn it.
No, no. I disagree with that. They don't
Dude,
prove
it's
bullshit. They
right
just
now,
put
they're
it back.
sitting at
It's
the
what they're doing.
surplus.
What they're doing is, Cody, is they're paying their bills with credit cards. And then they're borrowing money
They're
from
paying
the
their
bank.
bills.
And they're borrowing money from the bank to pay off the credit cards so they can keep doing that. Eventually, the bank's going to stop loaning you money. You know what's going to happen when their current GM is forced to retire?
But, Pickle, I'm just saying, you mentioned Taylor Moton, right? But even you, for a while, were talking about trade him to get some value for him.
Yeah,
some of those
leave my
players,
damn tackle alone, Pickle.
What I'm saying is that some of those players that you're saying are out the window, they're kind of out the window anyway.
Yeah, exactly. And I just flat out don't think that at 30 years old, and he's 30 years old. That and he'll before the season gets good and strong, he'll be 31. I just don't think he's worth a big fat contract. I really don't. Now I just don't. If we were taking him for exactly what he has right now, then maybe I would. Maybe I could see doing that, but I can't see doing it for.
Okay.
And then turn around and hand him a contract that's going to pay him $40 million a year.
So let me.
And besides all that, the Steelers, he's on the last year of his deal.
Yeah, he needs a new deal, but that's why he's doing this in the first place.
The Steelers know that. So if they can drum up somebody to give them a bunch of picks, or besides all that, if I don't think the Steelers are. I don't think the Steelers view trading him is good enough compensation for them.
But it's like I told y'all in the spaces yesterday. Aaron Rodgers has them by the balls. Because if they don't get a quarterback, then they're going to have to do whatever they have to do to get one of the ones that they like this year. Now, they might hang out at 21 and draft Jalen Milroe out of Alabama.
I think they're going to.
Right, and they've met with them a bunch of times. But if they feel like Shedeur Sanders is their future quarterback, and you have a trade piece like a T.J. Watt, that's an easier way for them to get up into the top 10 without having to give up a ton of draft capital. So let me get some more people in here. Evan, back on the free-for-all. Evan, how are you, man?
What up, Evan?
Evan, you with me, bro? What's up, Evan? You muted.
Whoops, I unmuted my mic, but I didn't unmute on Streamyard. What up, guys?
What's going on, Evan?
How you doing, man?
Hey, not too bad, not too bad. It's a Friday. It's my weekend off, so I'm chilling.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
What do you think about T.J. Watt potentially being a trade piece for the Steelers to move up with the Panthers? What do you think about that?
Screw the Browns for giving Myles Garrett $40 million a year. I mean, that's ridiculous. $40 million. I get the salary cap it's going up, but paying an edge rusher $40 million out of nowhere just like that, and I get Max Crosby got 36, 37 a year, but to do that, it's insane. And then we see Derek Stingley get $30 million a year for cornerback. It's just ridiculous. But in terms of TJ Watt, though, I'm kind of in the same boat as Pickle, honestly, because what is he? 29,
30. He'll be 30.
TJ Watt's 30.
He's 30 before the quarter of the season. He'll be 31.
Yeah, paying a guy $41 million or something who's going to be
in October.
He's a great. Don't get me wrong.
He'll be 31.
Don't get me wrong. He's a great player, and we would still probably get a first from next year with how far we're going down, and that would be an absolute haul. But I don't know. It's a hard decision in my opinion because you got to pay him 41, maybe even 42 or more million a year,
But Evan, aren't there some players that are worth it? Like the former defensive player of the year, he's good for about 15 sacks a year. He's a 3-4 outside linebacker. That's what we're looking for. By the way, I pulled up this tweet. So this is part of the reason my Panther fandom went crazy over it, because after this, Jonathan Stewart goes out and put TJ Watt with the big eyeballs. And I love how the first comment underneath it is Diesel skills with the prison photo. I love it. That's hilarious. But this is one of the tweets that sort of sent Panther fandom up in the blaze a little bit, because they're like, oh, does Jonathan know something? Is he telling us something?
Gullible, pure gullible. Panther fans, you are the worst, the most gullible creatures on God's earth. Just because a player wants off their current team, don't mean they want to come here. Gullible, jackass.
15 sacks a year is less than one a game.
Y'all need to stay away from car lots.
What are you talking about?
Get them car lots. Go to every one of them sons of bitches.
Pickle, the main issue is people just starving, bro. They're starving for great players, man.
That's an excuse. They just gullible. Use your brains.
But, dude, even this comment of 15 sacks a year, that's less than one a game.
No, he don't. He does not have 15 sacks a year. That's a complete, utter lie. Pull up his stats and you'll find that out.
What was the sack number? What was the sack number the year that you won Defensive Player of the Year?
Yeah,
hell, I don't know. What year did he had 22.5 sacks in 21.
Now, when is the last time we've ever had a player get over 15, let alone 20 of them?
Well, that's because they specialize in attacking the quarterback. You think you're going to bring that 31-year-old man here, and all of a sudden he's going to give up 20 sacks?
He had 22 and a half in 2021. Five and a half last year.
What 22? Now tell me how much he had in 22.
Pickle, calm down so I can read them off. 2022 is 5.5, 2023 was 19, and 2024 was 11 and a half. He's
still
a
pretty
roller
damn good
coaster,
to
that's
me.
for sure.
And he was hurt in 2022, right?
No. 22
he had 5.5
played in 10 games, and he had
that ain't
10
no
games,
$30-40 million a year.
5.5 sacks.
Are y'all really going to pretend like the dude's a 5 sack a year guy? Like, come on, dude, we're not talking about Jadavius.
Oh, he's definitely not.
Cody. There was a time, twice, in that young man's career, that you wanted that guy to come here to be a Carolina Panther.
Who?
He finally left to Houston Texans and went to the Browns and became the worst quarterback in the world.
Oh, shut up.
Don't tell me you're going to bring a quarterback. Don't tell me you're going to bring a guy here and all of a sudden he's
premier edge rusher in the NFL. Somebody that has literally proven themselves to be the very best edge rusher in the NFL. It's him and Myles Garrett, in my opinion.
Yeah, and give me a reason why he wants to come here. They're not going to just trade him and force him to come here if he don't want to. Give me a reason.
Yeah, but okay, I'm just saying we don't know that he doesn't either. I'm just saying the notion that Panther fans feel like we're too good for one of the best players in football is just wild to me. I'm not even saying that it will happen. I'm not saying that it will happen.
I don't think we're too good. I don't think T.J. Watts is good enough for us.
I'll tell you what's wild, Cody, on top of that, Pickle. Here's what's wild. You're going to pay T.J. Watt $40 million a season to guard the flat in Avero's defense.
Right.
See, exactly. That's a better argument to me.
I mean, Avero just dropped him in coverage about 20 times a game.
Hey, man. Shout out to the real HHENT. Says with the $5 C3 bomb, says every time a big name is rumored to come here, it doesn't happen. We need to stop, just build our own players, draft and develop. This isn't Madden.
Damn right, man. I agree with that.
That appeals to my logic.
Better get some talent in here eventually.
Does Dan Morgan share the same sentiment though?
I don't think Dan Morgan's going to give him $40+ million a year.
I don't either.
And then surrender.
Not give him no damn $40
I mean, I still don't think. I do not think the Steelers. Listen, if the Steelers say T.J. Watt's on the block right now, and we need a big pick, do you really think the Raiders ain't going to say, yes, sir, brother? We ain't planning to draft Shedeur Sanders. Do you think the Patriots ain't going to pick up that phone and say, we need an edge rusher? Bring that boy up here to the Patriots.
Pickle, if they pay him $40 million a year, yes, he has 20 sacks. That is a great year. But you're paying $2 million per fucking sack. Are we really about that?
Let me ask you this. Who has more money to do this? Who has the better draft pick? The New England Patriots or the Carolina Panthers?
They do.
Logic, it's what I say gullible. Logic tells you, plain and simple, we're not in a premier position to be claiming that. We don't have, like it or not, we don't have a franchise quarterback on this roster. You can talk your talk. We do not have that guy. Until Bryce Young goes on that field and starts winning football games, we have a good developmental quarterback that we overspent for on this roster. We have 2 starting offensive tackles get ready to hit the road. We have no future center. We have a developmental guy. We have 2 developmental centers. 1 starting center that's been injured for several years in a row. All of them going to be a free agent next year. We don't have a number 1 wide receiver. We don't have a number 1 tight end. And I ain't even talked about the defense yet.
Well, we don't have a number 1 tight end?
You ain't got
Whoa, Pickle, are you going to tell me that Colin Granger, the 6'9", 245-pound basketball superstar, is not going to be our premier tight end weapon? What are you talking about?
He looks like a super trooper, Cody. Stop it.
That dude, you know what? That dude hasn't played football since before he was in puberty. So let's get this over with.
The only thing he's missing is a cigarette, I'm telling you.
Yeah, dude, he has that epic porn star.
He looks like a janitor.
Cody, go back to that other picture. I'm going to make a comment here.
Oh, Lord. Is that Ron Burgundy right there?
Y'all answer me this. Put Gronk with a mustache. Does that not look like Gronk with a mustache?
I think his hair is a little bit too curly to be
different. Yeah.
Well, technicalities.
Bro, hey, man.
Tyler Jones, you can call me the pessimistic all you want to, but let's be real here. A few weeks ago, people were screaming that T. Higgins was coming here. I was a guy sitting in the backfield saying, no, he wasn't. A few weeks ago, people were screaming that DK Metcalf was done deal coming to Carolina. I was the guy screaming, no, he wasn't. Let's back up a little bit. I can go on a lot longer. I was screaming there's no way the Panthers are giving Brian Burns that big fat contract. Yes, a bunch of people said we were. We didn't.
By the way, James agrees with you. He says, damn, I agree with Pickle for once. But also we have also met with just about every single edge rusher in the draft, man. Kyle Kennard, Birch, dude, so many players. If it isn't TJ Watt, then they are going to do this draft route where they try and draft young and develop these players. Let me welcome in Twan Don, the bad guy. Twan, is there any chance that the Carolina Panthers could go and get TJ Watt while we swap picks with the Pittsburgh Steelers? What's up, bro?
Man, man, stop this dreaming shit.
Come on,
Hey,
man.
man. No, man. Just build through the draft, man. Stop this, dude. I gotta stop this fantasy shit, man.
I'm the only
Just
one.
build through the draft.
I'm extra lonely tonight, bro. I'm the only one.
Just build through the draft, man.
Damn. All right, man.
We gotta start creating. We gotta start creating our own generational players and stop trying to get other people's and overpaying for them.
Okay. All right.
Also, man, I got breaking news, man. Later in the conversation for who I think we should take it with our first pick, man.
Okay. Yeah, we're definitely getting into that. But we're also talking about all these edge rushers that we have brought into the building, man. It seems like every single edge rusher is a part of who we've interviewed. So Kyle Kennard, 11.5 sacks, led the SEC from South Carolina. Jordan Birch, 32 pressures, 8.5 sacks. We've met with him. 280 pounds, by the way. Braden Swenson, 6'4", 255.
I like Swenson.
8.5 sacks. Donovan Idaraku. I love this dude, man.
Out of all those guys you named, none of them moved me except Donovan.
None of them?
Nah, except Donovan. Them other dudes don't move me, man. You know what I'm saying? You got to know about a person's whole game and fit and how they're going to fit into what we doing. I look at all of it. They don't move me, man. Now, Azaraku is different. I think he fits what we try, or what Evero trying to do. And, even if Evero winds up getting away from here, I think that he'll still fit in with whatever a new defensive coordinator decides to do. Those are
Am I echoing?
No, let me welcome some people in. No, you're good. Hold on. Let me welcome. We got Blocks, man, back on the free for all. What's up, Blocks?
What's good, Code Dog? And I see you got the motherfucking Twan in here, nigga. I be watching your show, Twan, nigga. I be wanting to get on your ass, but I ain't get on your show yet, nigga. But I be hearing your ass. You know what I'm saying?
You can't.
I see picking this bitch. You know what I'm saying?
I
see picking this bitch and everything.
Tell me what you feel about this draft, man. Locks. How do you feel about edge rusher? Are we gonna go heavy in the draft at edge, or man, are we gonna entertain a trade for TJ Watt? Come on, bruh.
Oh, hey, look. If they can get TJ Watt, I'll go for TJ Watt. But if you want to go in the draft, I would probably.
Did y'all stop hearing him?
Yeah, he cut out for me.
Yeah, I thought that was my shit.
Yeah, Locks, you're cutting out, bro.
Oh, Dion, get your damn
we
ass
need a
back
pass
to your
rusher
head.
though. But I go with Will Johnson, like for real.
Okay. All right. Let me welcome in my man, Wes Justin, back on the free for all, bro. What's up, dude? How you living, man?
What's up, baby?
Yeah, what's up, baby?
How y'all doing tonight?
Doing good. How are y'all, man? How are you?
Ready
How you
to
doing,
argue
bro?
with Deion Sanders.
Good. Ready to argue with Panther shit.
Yeah. How do you feel about this? How do you feel about this edge rusher class, man? Did you?
Hold up, that's his real voice.
I mean, that's how it is sometimes.
You'll never know.
No. Oh, okay. Some machine or some shit. Okay, gotcha.
It's this box that you see right here. It's my
he got
control panel thing.
Oh, okay.
Yo, man, Justin has that setup, bro. What?
Must be on the run or some shit.
Setup, bro. Hell yeah. Justin's out, man. Justin's doing the shit, man. Justin, how do you feel about potentially trading for TJ Watt?
Man, look, when I heard that early, I was like, look, I like TJ, but when somebody chimed in a little bit ago and was like, nah, fuck that, let's build in the draft, I agree with that.
Yeah, man.
As much as I'd like to see some big name players in Carolina, I'd also like to build some big name players in Carolina, you know?
Exactly.
I love that. Love that.
Cody is always horny for somebody else's bitch.
Hey, look.
All you had to do is Cody's horny, and that's
Like,
No, just go get your own girlfriend, man, and stop playing.
You don't
No,
want that.
I'm just
That's
saying,
somebody else
bro.
go out.
but like,
Antoine,
how do
I'm
we
just
make our own
saying,
TJ, you
a
know?
certified bad bitch is a certified bad bitch. That's all.
Not if you gotta pay more money for her.
How you know
Brian,
that
you're
ain't-
always
how you know
paying
that
for the
certified
pussy.
bad
You
bitch
know
ain't-
this.
How you know that certified bad bitch ain't Jalen Walker though?
Oh,
It might be, it might already be her. Yeah, bro.
Yeah,
He
no,
might
I
be waiting
agree
for
with
us in
that.
the draft.
I'm a fan of Jalen Walker now.
Yeah, dude, he
So,
literally
no,
grew
you're
up
right.
at the high school right down the road.
And she don't mind if you take her to McDonald's, and she don't got to go to no 5-star restaurants, and she just love Cody for Cody.
Yeah, man.
So you're saying TJ Watt's bougie? He's wanting fucking.
No, I'm saying your ass is bougie.
All right. I
I
accept.
ain't gonna lie, I am too, but like I said, dude, Jalen, bro, I'm all in on Jalen. I'm done looking at anybody else. Like that's my number 8.
So Jalen is your number one.
Yeah.
All right.
There's just too much shit that clicks with him, man. For one,
So
he grew
look,
up
that's-
down the road from my high school. He went to Salisbury. I went to West Rowan. So.
Oh, that's what's
Oh
up.
wow, that's what's up, right there.
Cool, man. So let me go around the horn here, and I'll ask everyone as of right now, if the Panthers have to pick at number 8, no trade backs, who are you taking? So we'll start with Evan. Evan, right now, if you have your pick of any player at number 8 overall, who are you picking, man?
I forgot to say hello to everyone too, man. What's up, Pickle, and everybody on the
What's up,
on the
Quan?
channel?
How you
Hope
living?
y'all having a good weekend. Good.
What's up?
Got here, man.
Yeah, man.
Hmm.
Evan, you still here, bro? We're gonna Locks, man. Locks, what's up, bro?
Yo, hear me?
Yes, sir. Who's the player that you would want at number 8? Right now,
Look,
if you had your choice.
I told you, I want Will Johnson. Like, I like Jalen Walker. I like them dudes, but I think you need some like some certified corners on this team, like, cause you cannot depend on JC Horn to stay healthy. You need at least 2 shutdown corners in this division. So for me, I'm going with Will Johnson. That's what I'm going with.
That's not a bad pick at all.
It's not. That's not at all.
All right. Jake, what say you, man? If you had your pick, who is the best player that the Panthers could take at number 8 overall?
Jalen Walker. Jalen Walker's who I'm still big on, and it's still gonna be Jalen Walker.
All right.
Tomorrow,
Is that-
next
is that-
day,
is that
Jalen Walker.
Jake?
Yeah, that's Jake.
I knew it. And my boy Jake, I knew it.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Diesel Skills, who you picking at number 8 overall? Now, you and I have been a proponent of 2 players. You know, we both like Walker and Tyler Warren. So if you had to pick, bro, who are you picking? Any player at 8?
Yeah, Tyler Warren's still my favorite. It's the most exciting thing for the Panthers that I would do, but I don't think it's what the Panthers are going to do. I think Mason Graham falling would be the other one. I think, Mason Graham falls to 8 for some reason because quarterback heavy in the top 8 or tackle heavy in the top 8 as well could cause Mason Graham to fall. Either one of those is kind of my favorites. Do I like Jalen Walker? Shoot, yeah, I do. Guys, grew up in Salisbury, East Spencer guy, man. Yeah, absolutely pulling for him, 110%. Rocks likes that Will Johnson. Will Johnson would actually be a good fit here. I've seen some people say no, but I've seen a lot of other people say yes, he would fit the Avero scheme quite well. So I think that'd be a good pick too. And I'm pretty open-minded at number 8 and what the Panthers are going to do here. But Mason Graham falling, he's like probably the number 4 overall prospect. So that would be the pick for me.
Yeah, I agree with so much of what you just said. I also think that the most hype probably would be Tyler Warren. just for how dynamic of a player he could be in the offense. And Brock Bowers played very well last year as a rookie, and Tyler Warren's stats are just as good, if not better. So, it's not a one-for-one thing. Panther Pickle, who you picking number 8 overall? And then we're going to add on to this conversation later. But go ahead, Pickle.
Shedeur Sanders. No,
wow, you son of a bitch.
Jalen Walker. Jalen Walker. He seems to be the most how can I say leadership guy. I also think he can do a lot on the field. I really like his skill set on the field. And he came from a good defense where it's not all about me. So
yeah. No, I hear you. Cole. Who's your pick at number 8, bro?
D's knocked it out of the park for me, my brother. I'm going to have to go with Mason Graham falling to number 8, followed by Jalen Walker very closely.
Yeah.
I think both of those could have a huge impact on this defense.
It seems like for the most part, most of our lists are the same. But now this is breaking news. And I'm going to see if this changes Twan's answer. Because why does it do this, man? Every time I try and share it, it brings up this. Hang on 1 minute, boys.
Here
we go. Yeah. So does this change things? The Saints suddenly have a major quarterback question. Derek Carr is dealing with a shoulder injury that threatens his availability for the season. This is from Ian Rappaport.
If I'm the Carolina Panthers, I'm going to let everybody know real quick that the number 8th pick can be got with the trade if you're interested.
Absolutely.
That way,
it
forces people. Now, here's what you could also do. If the Saints smell that somebody's going to get him, they're liable to trade up in the draft and blow their picks just to get a quarterback.
If they have no choice, if they love Shedeur and they have no choice,
I think they're going to take Shedeur, bro.
I've been saying this for a while, Twan.
Yeah, I think that's how it was always going to be, though. I've had a
gut feeling for a long time that Shedeur Sanders was going to end up in New Orleans. But so, Twan, you said you had a new revelation for who you wanted number 8. Who is that player, and does the potential of denying the New Orleans Saints a quarterback, does that change anything?
No, it don't change nothing for me. If we get Jalen Walker, because I've been heavy on him, look, obviously I'm not going to be upset, man. But I had to ask myself this one question. I said, is the new guy that I want at 8, because that's where he's going to be around when this draft starts, is he better at his position than Jalen Walker is at his position? And every time I kept going back and forth, I said, absolutely, he definitely is. He can be a generational player. My new pick at number 8 is Nick Emenwari.
Wow, was number 8 overall.
8 overall. Because he's going to move up. He's already moved up in the top 10 now.
Rich. Yeah. He destroyed the combine. He was by far, out of all the safeties.
At his size, with his speed, and we could get a generational player as safety back there with Morig. You are not throwing over the top on us, bro. We can get those other guys in other rounds.
I like that, honestly. Because we suck so bad at safety. Outside of Mike Brown, who's a real safety we've had. Be real with me.
I don't mind Nick Emenwari at all. I think the dude's a beast. I would love him in our defense. But man, 8 overall, I kind of agree with what Evan said. Like, that's just kind of rich to me, man.
No, we're looking at numbers that other people have suggested to us the whole time. Now it's time for us to step outside of what they say somebody should be taking and think for ourselves. Nick Emenwari can be a generational safety.
Trade back.
He's too big. You ain't gonna be able to trade back and get him. He's too big. He was a 4.3. He takes everything to the house. The guy just fires the ball, intercepts the ball, bro. And then you got J.C. Horn playing, and then him playing over the top. He's not. You can't trade back and get him. I guarantee you, he's gonna be around that 8 mark when that draft starts.
Oh, he's gonna be there, but
Hey,
you can
hey,
trade
look,
back
Twan.
and still get
Hey,
him.
look, Twan. He reminds me a little bit too much of Jeremy Chin. He reminds me of Jeremy Chin.
Hell no. He ain't Jeremy Chin.
He's more
He do.
athletic.
He do for real. Like,
Mm-mm.
yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm
That's what
saying.
in the chat. Who that fam says he can't tackle? Watch the tape. So
Damn.
there are like he is a physical freak, but there are some holes on the film that says probably isn't a top 10 pick. I do agree with Twan though that he is moving up and up, and I don't think he falls out of the teens. I think he's probably gonna be drafted somewhere between 12 and 18 probably.
No. He's already in the top 10 in two major polls now. He's moving. Y'all see this every year where guys move up in them last 2 weeks.
I hear you, but it doesn't mean that they're not being
I'm telling
overrated
you,
either.
don't listen to what PFF tells you
I never.
and all these other guys. Just use your eye test, bro. You know what I'm saying? And if we still saying Jalen Walker, fine, so be it. I'm not gonna cry if we get Jalen. I mean, if we get Walker, I've been betting for him the whole time. But when I say is Emin better at safety than Jalen Walker is at linebacker, absolutely.
An older defense. I heard today on XM Radio, XM NFL Radio.
Hey, Pickle, your audio is fucked up, Pickle.
Go into a 3-4.
Hey, Pickle, no one can hear you, man. Your audio is fucked up.
You know, the best way they could do is not take.
He's probably on the other podcast.
You're right. He's probably on some other shit. I just muted that
But
man.
he did post or I got a notification on Twitter that he's in the NFL rumor space, so that maybe that's where he's trying to talk to you right now.
Nah, you're right. All right, so look, I'm gonna give my man Poppin' Bullets Pickle Spot. Poppin', what's up, bro?
Bullets, what's up, Pop?
What's cracking with y'all, man? How y'all feeling?
Chilling, man. We're talking about everything, man. The potential trades to Pittsburgh for TJ Watt, denying New Orleans a quarterback if they have to draft one because now Derek Carr is looking to require surgery. Pop, what should we do, man?
I think we need to build for the future. I mean, JJ can stay where he at. I mean, not unless, we're going to put him out of commission here. I mean, I'd be cool with that, too. Somebody just clean his clock one good time,
Damn, everybody hates TJ Watt in this bitch, bro.
Revenge is sweet. But, hey, I mean, I don't wish no harm on nobody, but I wouldn't be mad. I'll put it like that. I wouldn't be mad.
Except him, right?
Except him, you know what I mean?
Yeah, okay. I feel you. At least you're honest. Yeah.
I'm going to change it. I'm going to be like Twan tonight. I'm going to change my vote on who I want at number 8. I'm going back to my original pick. If anybody ever remembers who that was.
Cam Ward.
Cam Ward.
That was months ago.
Yeah, I remember.
We was both on that.
me and Pop and Antoine, we were both on Cam Ward for a long time.
Right, that was when Bryce wasn't doing so well.
Cam Ward is him, bro. Tennessee's about to get a real one.
Listen, he just though people just there's so many people that doubt him, and it's so ridiculous because I haven't seen a quarterback in a while with that much arm talent.
Yeah,
that came out in a while. I mean, I just haven't. I mean, if you're being brutally honest, I haven't seen a guy with that much arm talent. I'm talking about different angles, balls to the wall. I mean, does he take some unnecessary shots? Does he hold the ball too long? Yeah, I mean, but he's young though. But I mean, you don't feel like with him. With him, you feel like you still can win the game with him.
And he's mobile enough. He's enough to make you miss. Enough to make you miss in the pocket, and he's good at extending the play. People say that that's going to turn the ball over. Yeah, but Josh Allen does that shit all the time, and he's one of the best in the game. So he's going to have to learn what he can and can't get away with in the NFL. But yeah, he's a great talent. But Pop, who is your choice at number 8?
Is there a list we're going by, or are we just asking in general?
No, right now this is
yours.
Who is like any player that we could pick at 8? Who is the best possible one?
I think I have been a little bit of bandwagonish. So I'll admit to that live. But I had to go back and just, sit down, look at some more film, There is no reason why anybody should disagree why we should not go get Donovan Ezaraku out of Boston College, bro.
But number 8 overall?
You know,
Number
I saw
8
something
overall.
about that earlier today.
Damn,
Too.
you and Antoine are picking some late rounders for number. All right, go on.
Think about
Go
it.
on.
What do we need? We need somebody to get to the quarterback who sets the edge and is a pass rusher. He does that. Not only that, 21 sacks. Well, hold on. He had what? 17
He had
sacks?
16 and a half this year.
16 and a half. The dude is
16 and a half,
incredible.
right? And 21 tackles for loss. You know how people like to say, how many tackles did he have? I'm giving you tackles for loss. 21 tackles for loss.
59 pressures as well.
59. You don't have that nowhere on this team.
So look, Ezaraku is 6'2", 248 pounds. Finished 2024 with 80 total tackles, 16 and a half, 59 fucking pressures. That's absurd, bro. For real.
That's what make you think. That's something to make you think, bro.
3 forced fumbles and 1 pass deflection. Why do y'all think he hasn't gotten a lot of talk as a first round?
Because he goes to Boston College.
Yep. No, not just that, Pop. It's because these guys be liking their favorites.
He still played in the ACC, though.
It's just like, what's the famous person on ESPN? Not Todd McShay, but
Adam Schefter?
Mel Kiper,
yeah.
Yeah, Mel Kiper works for some of these agencies to push these certain guys, bro.
And this is
you know what I'm saying?
Too, this is the thing too that us Panther fans are having a problem with. We're having a problem where we're meeting in the middle, but then we started to bridge to one side of the road. It's a fork in the road. We either are looking at players that have potential to turn into something, or you got the people that are looking at the players that has production already coming in. I don't want any more people that has an upside. I want somebody who already has production. I can sign them out.
That can come and do it day one.
Day one. I don't need a guy who's going back and forth from this position to that position. Look, we said we need an edge rusher. You can go get him right now, and he's going to give it to you. I don't care about somebody saying, oh, he's 6'2", 248. That did not stop Hassan Reddick from going off. He's the same size. It doesn't stop Michael Parsons going off. They're about the same size. It's not going to stop Abdul Carter either because they're around the same size. And not only that, you get him in the NFL weight room, put him on 6, 7, 8 more pounds, he's 250. So what's the problem? He doesn't have an issue. You get him out there, he might have a little more problem setting edge than some guys, but bro, he has long arms. He has what you want as far as a 3-4 pass rusher. He should be your guy. You can move down a little bit and get him, or I would pick him at 8. I really
so,
would.
Pop, I have Donovan up on the screen right now, getting after the quarterback.
Oh man,
Yeah,
look at that dip! Look at that dip!
One last thing I want to say about Emmanuel for people that are not familiar with him, and I
He's
think
better than Abdul Carter.
It makes me think too of what Pop said. But listen, Nick Emmanuel, just like the real Soul Child said, look, man, he can cover the pass, he can stop the run, and he can blitz his ass off, and he's fast as fuck. 4.3.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, boys, what do y'all think about a player like
Hey, this goes for Twan and anybody. Look at that dude, Emmanuel combine, and look at Jeremy Chin combine. They shit look similar as hell to me. I don't give a fuck nobody got to say, but that shit look similar to me.
Listen, I'm not worried about nobody who ain't here no more, bro. We gotta move on. I can't cry about Cam Newton. I'm damn sure ain't about to cry.
Hey, you gotta be able to.
A safety we didn't use. So,
well, but hold on, Pop. The point being made though is, will Ejiro Evero know the best way to utilize a Nick Emmanuel?
Okay, so stay right there, Cody. I'm glad you asked that question. That's why I don't believe he's picking anybody out this fucking.
Yeah, because we're not picking based on. Yeah, we're not picking based on that motherfucker, bro. We're picking as if he's not here.
Going off of what the GM said, he said
he's out
since he's falling on the sword, right? He said I didn't give him enough good players. Okay, so that means I'm looking at you, Dan Morgan. You're gonna be picking all the guys for him to succeed. If he don't do it, Oh well, bye bye. And think about it. You can get Donovan right, and y'all can go get that linebacker Schlesinger y'all like. He could play the middle linebacker. Now your linebacker room is looking great. You got your linebacker and your pass rusher.
Yeah, trade back into the teens, get some picks, possibly trade up and get Carson Schlesinger in the second round. That sounds pretty good to me, honestly.
That's what I'm saying.
So I like a couple of these comments too. Like, imagine if you double dipped and you got a Jalen Walker and Donovan Ezeraku, or even like a Mike Green and Donovan Ezeraku. Like, bro, you talk about wanting to get after the quarterback. That's how you fucking do it, bro. I'm just telling you.
My problem is that I do not see. I want Jalen Walker to play. I don't want him doing a pass rush, to be honest with you. I just want him to play
linebacker as well.
So you want him to be like what Frankie Louver was?
Yeah, I mean, if you can utilize him to be a rover, that's cool too. But if I just don't trust Evero enough to utilize him the right way and to mess this young guy up quickly, because.
But Pop, you just said that we're not drafting based off of Evero.
Oh, I mean, I don't think Darren Morgan is. No, I don't. But I mean, even if you get a Jalen Walker, what Evero is going to do with him and his skill set, I think he's gonna be forced to try to put Jalen Walker in certain situations that maybe.
Hey, can we get some of them Nick highlights up there?
Yeah, man. Let me find something. Go ahead, Pop.
Where because of Evero's scheme, he may not put Jalen Walker in the right situations to win or to look good. Like I've asked y'all earlier and several weeks back, who has really taken off in Evero's scheme? I'll wait.
Nobody.
In 3 years.
DJ Wanham, maybe? Maybe DJ Wanham?
Nah, I mean,
Wanham gave you like 4 really good games, but he was still injured. But who has he built up, who's gotten better and better over time? Nobody.
Derek Brown, except for the injury, maybe if you wanted to make that argument. I mean, I'm reaching here because it is tough to answer that question.
There's only one player that comes to mind to me, and that's Ashawn Robinson, just because of the amount of sacks that he got. I think that was the most of his career. That's the only player I can think of. That's the only player I can think of.
You can't say JC Horn because that's God-given talent. Derek Brown is God-given talent.
Ashawn Robinson played a good year, but he would never do that again if Derek Brown was right there on the line. He would never get that many tackles. But did he step up? Yes. But that's a veteran guy. I'm talking about a young guy we got in.
Yeah, I didn't know.
Nobody. No, none of the young guys that we drafted since Evero has been there have they stepped up to the next level. Not one.
So you said what we've all been saying. Evero sucks.
Listen, I don't know what to call it because a lot of people
get this motherfucker out of here.
A lot of people gonna.
Why even entertain him?
A lot of people gonna say he's Vic Fangio's disciple, but he ain't his daddy. He didn't come from his nuts, so it's not like he got the same mindset as Fangio. I'm sorry, he don't. It's not that, and I understand that we had a lot of injuries and we ain't had a certain pedigree of players. After this year, I'm not hearing that. I'm not. If we don't have
this nigga right here.
I agree. I don't like Evero myself. If I'm drafting a guy to put at middle linebacker, I'd rather it would be Jashad Campbell.
Look at closeout speed.
My thing about Nick, though, and I know a lot of people don't want to hear this though. If he don't make it as a safety, I'm putting him as a linebacker, man.
Watch him take it to the house. Look how fast he take it to the house. Look how fast he take. Come on, man. Yeah, Stop playing with me, bro. Stop playing with me, bro.
But he's such a luxury pick. He's such a luxury pick, Twan. You're gonna have to move quite a few pieces back to get him. I think he's going to Baltimore personally.
Right? Yeah, that's what we had a mock on the Legion Space the other day, and that's where I wanted to put him. But because him and right next to Hamilton is going to be scary. But the one thing if you watch this film, the one thing that you don't see or that you don't pay attention to is the amount of pressure on the opposing quarterbacks that causes Nick Marwari to be able to get some of those hits and picks.
But ideally, that's what you want to do.
The Panthers don't have that kind of pressure.
Well,
Now, if
but
they
again,
get
but
that
you're trying
pressure,
to
that's different.
right, but you're also trying to build that pressure. And I
Yes.
also think that we need to give some credit to our offseason signings. The more I look at this Wharton guy, the defensive tackle that we signed from Kansas City, bro, that dude's a fucking monster. Like when y'all watch how aggressive they are. But my only point in saying that is that that's what you want to do with any safety. Give them the opportunity to read one half of the field, shut that shit off, and shut it down. So I understand why you would want a talent like that. Still, I just don't know if some of these guys are a little bit too rich to be picking 8 overall. It's not that I dislike any of them. It's that I like them a whole lot more in a
Later
trade
on.
back scenario.
Let
Let me ask,
me
let me
let me
ask
say
you
this
that.
last.
Why isn't Donovan Ezaraku hired with 16
That's
sacks,
what
59?
that's
Why
what
isn't nobody talking about him? That is crazy
that's
to
what I
me.
was about to. That's what I'm about to
I
explain,
don't
Cody.
know.
It's bias.
Hey,
Y'all
Pop,
know the
To
reason.
me,
They're
I
not putting
think
okay,
people
that's
away
what I'm
with
trying to
you.
say.
I think
Listen, guys.
Ezaraku is just as good of a prospect as Abdul Carter.
I do
But
too.
Abdul Carter never wins with power, y'all. He never wins with
Excuse
power.
me.
I'm sorry, you're never going to be an elite pass rusher if you can't convert speed to power. This is the same problem that I had with
That's a
Brian
fact.
Burns, and I see that all over Abdul Carter's film, man.
Hey, you
I
watch your
think
mouth,
Ja-
man.
I think Jalen Walker, and I'm not just saying this, man. I said this on Twitter too. Jalen Walker to me has a higher ceiling than Abdul Carter does.
I agree with that.
Now I know that some of you like Pop don't want to play him full time as an edge rusher, but I do think that he has the capability to do so if they did want to use him that way.
Yeah,
I
I think he can. Yeah, I believe so. I
yeah.
think he has a he's a top tier. Um, I think he can get there. I really do. I think he's gonna be a great player no matter where he goes. He's gonna be ringing bells for a long time.
Yeah.
You know, but as far as what I'm thinking that we need, I don't necessarily know if I need a tweener right now. I can take a tweener with my second round pick, but for my first round pick, I just want a good guy that does one job.
Well, yeah,
Okay.
real quick, the main reason that I've heard for Ezaraku not being as high or being a high first round pick is mostly because of his size, which I'm guessing is his weight, is what people are worried about. Because 6'2" isn't a horrible height for an edge rusher. It's a little shorter than normal, but it's not bad.
No, it's not that much shorter.
And then
See,
it's
that's
probably because of him
semantics.
playing at Boston College as well, I would probably say.
That's semantics. Listen,
So
the reason.
look at Michael Parsons. Michael Parsons is 6'2", 255. No, 6'2", 245. Abdul Carter is 6'2", 255. Ezraku is 6'2", 245 or 246. And I believe his arms are longer than Abdul Carter, his wingspan.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's not much difference.
Hey,
I don't get it. It's Boston College.
can I inform y'all of something real quick, man? Listen, what happens every year is we get used to, like when we start doing the way too early mock drafts, we get used to the numbers that they keep telling us at where these players fall, and we continue to get used to those numbers, and then we start saying, oh, you can't take them that early, you can't take them that late. Man, for the most part, I said 90% of football teams, they don't listen. They don't look at the fucking polls. It's out there. They know exactly who they want. Who they want to go after.
And
So
there's
when we
no
say, right,
there's
so
no
when we say,
that would always get
yes,
drafted higher than people thought.
exactly. So when you see the draft every year and y'all still not convinced when you go, oh man, such and such dropped. It's because you listen to Tom McShay, PFF, and all these other experts tell you where these guys was going and who was too high and who was too low.
Or they know something about them off the field wise that we don't.
Yeah.
You know,
right?
Like they know some stories about him or whatever.
But who wouldn't be ready to break that damn story out of all those guys? They didn't put that shit out there. It's just like when
you're right.
I'm still
player to fall.
I'm still waiting for the news of which player got caught breaking the law, because you know that shit really come in a week. They do this
Yeah,
shit
well, it's already happened.
Just got
every
Isaiah
year.
Bond.
It already happened.
Bond did
It
already.
literally just already happened with Isaiah
Bond.
Isaiah Bond, yeah.
Yeah.
This happens every year.
Yeah.
But
Well, I
let
think
me yeah, go ahead, Evan.
well, right now, one thing with Ezeraku is he is going up draft boards. I mean, I don't know if any of you watched the video that the Panthers posted today with Trevor from I forget his last name, Trevor from PFF, but they had him on.
Trevor Sycamore, yeah.
Yeah, Trevor Sycamore. I thought that's what it was, but I wasn't sure. But basically, he actually when they got to the Panthers, he actually talked about Donovan Ezeraku before ultimately he decided to take Tet McMillan there. But in my opinion, that's not who we should take.
Hey, bro, I wouldn't be upset if we took. Look, it's about 10 players that I would not like. I'm not gonna go. Oh man, why did they do that, man? It's about 10 players where I'm like, man, okay, they didn't take who I wanted, but I'm good with that. About 10 of them.
That's a lot more players than usual for me as well.
Exactly. This draft is
I usually
loaded.
have it like 2 or 3 players. I got way more than that.
Exactly.
Well,
And so listen, hold on. I did want to go back to this, and Jake, I'll let you go after this. Does the opportunity to trade back and take
Get that damn Saint off the screen, man.
and take a quarterback away from the New Orleans Saints, does that entice y'all at all that we have the opportunity to do that?
Cody,
That's playing games, Cody.
Cody, you know damn well they ain't bringing no competition in here from Bryce.
Hell no. None.
Because even let's say Shador drops. Let's say he gets past the Giants. If he gets past the Giants, they're idiots. But let's say he gets past the Giants. Okay, who's going to need a quarterback after that? The Raiders, right? Okay, well, they may not want to mess with that because they got Geno, and I think they signed him to quite a decent deal. I think that's within 2 to 3 years. I mean, Geno is a little older, but Geno to me is a top 15 quarterback. Is he looking like he's falling off? No, he's actually looking like he's getting better as he get older. Sorry to say it, but he does.
Hey, Carolina.
I don't think that's what he meant. I think Cody was talking about.
I got you.
Does teams want if Shador falls to 8, and I don't think he will, but if he does teams above us want to trade down to get him, and are Panther fans willing to trade back?
So for example, the Steelers, the Cowboys.
No, we don't need to be cute.
Other players that, so if we know that New Orleans, who's picking at 9, wants Shador because Derek Carr might not be available for them, and there's another team that wants to slide up for them to go up ahead of New Orleans. I would do that, man.
No. I got a question for y'all though. Okay. Have we ever been smart enough to do shit like that?
It doesn't matter.
Do we always catch the bad end of that?
But I hate that argument though, because why are we judging Dan Morgan based on some other lame-brained GMs in the past?
Dan Morgan ain't done shit yet.
Shit.
Not in the draft, he haven't.
For sure, maybe he does, maybe he doesn't. I'm saying, but bringing up past regimes that didn't do or didn't do something, that doesn't say to what Dan Morgan's thinking about the subject.
I know, but all we got to go off of, Cody, is history.
Yeah, but it don't matter that
Dan
much.
Morgan 3 years. That's giving Dan Morgan.
Yeah, man. No, is Dan Morgan a beast at bringing in free agents? I think he's good at that.
Yeah, I do too.
But not the draft. He said that
last year. 1 year.
It's not too soon to say if he can or cannot in the draft. It's too soon to say that.
Yeah, I
no, it's not.
Yes, it is.
GM's coming in.
He's had 1 year, and none of those players have had time to develop.
Man, nobody cares about that shit no more, bro.
But Twan, hold on, Twan. You kind of got to give him a little bit of grace because he came in with no second round pick and no first last year. He still was able
to man.
Hold on.
Look, he got this year.
Twan, he was able to get both of those back, so he ain't a complete dummy. Now, if his CTE kicking in, maybe he need to just sit back and let Brent Tillers do it this time. But
no, you just proved my point. I'm not talking about what I said. He's brilliant in bringing in free agents.
But I'm also talking about
Not the draft. I'm not giving
We
him
need a
credit
better
for the
draft
draft.
this year,
Fuck that.
John. I absolutely agree.
What I'm saying, we
Always
didn't have a
Yeah.
second round pick. We got our second round pick back. Remember, we lost that to
Yeah,
Chicago.
he has
We
done
got
a
it back
good
for this
job
year.
in the short amount of time that he's had.
I ain't saying he's been great.
And
But just separate. All I'm asking y'all to do is separate the two.
here is not enough of a sample size in order to be able to judge. Let me bring someone new in here. Anthony back on the free for all. Ant, what's up, bro?
What's up, boys? How y'all doing, man?
Chilling, man.
Anthony picked
Hey,
up
What's up, man?
Anthony, does Derek Carr potentially being hurt, does this provide an opportunity for the Panthers to trade back and deny the Saints a quarterback?
Yeah, but I mean, I think Shedeur Sanders is going before that. It's just my opinion.
Yeah. I
You
still
think
think
you think he going to the Browns?
I still think
No. I mean, yeah, he's either
Good.
going to the Browns or
the Saints.
I think so. I think the Raiders could take him. I don't know about the Saints. I mean, we'll see. They honestly probably take him if he's there. But listen, I mean, I think the Panthers should trade back anyways. Because I think like some Target thing came out online, and they have Walker like they have Jalen Walker, and I know everyone has this huge infatuation with him, but they have him going in the teens, man. So like, go trade back. Like
Who has them going in the teams? Who?
Some
is they?
dude on
Who?
the NFL like draft analyst. I gotta find the tweet, but that's what they were saying, man.
One guy.
I mean, it's not just one guy. It was like a couple of them. But listen.
But this is like what I've been saying for such a long time now. Literally all these names that we're talking about, I love them better if we're trading back because it just means that we get more darts to throw at the board later in the draft at a time when we have so many needs up and down our roster.
Well, the thing is here is that, in all honesty, I get that makes sense. Like more shots at the apple, more bites at the apple. But really, it's just no matter what supply of picks you have to nail the pick, no matter where you're picking. So like even if we pick the player that I thought is like worth like pick 17, but we get him at pick 8 and he turns out to be good anyways, like who cares? But my whole issue is I don't actually think some of these players that the fans are infatuated with are worth pick 8.
Yeah,
and that's the other part.
I don't think
McMillan, right?
I don't think
I can't argue with his opinion.
I don't think most of the players in this draft are worth the top 5 or top 10 pick, but that's because that's who we are. Now we sit here and talk all day about trading back, but you've got to give a team that a reason to trade up. They're not going to trade up for Ted McMillan. They're not going to trade up for. I mean, the reality is they're not trading up for Jalen Walker. They're not trading up for that, and they just as good to stay where they're at in draft. So
but you know why they don't have to trade up, Pickle? Nobody has to trade up. You know why? Because this draft is that fucking loaded. You don't have to trade up to get what you want.
What I heard it said today. This draft is not full of elite players. It's full of good starters.
They lie.
That's what Daniel Jeremiah said.
No, that's a good point, though, Twan.
No, I disagree.
Hey, bro, listen, even if you disagree that there might be some superstars, what that is saying is there are not a bunch of top 10 players that everyone knows are surefire, can't miss picks. There is no Jamar Chase. There is no Aiden Hutchinson. You know, there isn't a Bosa.
You didn't know who any of those.
Yeah, there isn't a Sauce Gardner.
You didn't know who any of those players was going to be that until they played them.
There are asterisks next to all of them, though.
The point is that, like, dude, we've gotten fucked so many times. It's like when we have our first round pick, we don't get we get the second tier first round player. Like, I get what Cody's saying, man. Like, we missed out on, like, a Jamar Chase in the past, a Marvin Harrison, like, that type of talent. But I do think, yeah, the draft's probably not as good as it was in past years, But man, I think Abdul Carter and Travis Hunter are generational superstars.
I don't know what are y'all saying. This draft, 2025 draft, is not loaded on defense.
We're
Are
not
y'all saying that?
No, that's not what we're saying. We're saying that there are guys who you're going to have to do some projecting. Like if they okay, for example, Donovan Ezeraku or Nick Amenwari. It's easy to say, oh well, they should be drafted in the top 10, but there's a reason why none of them are normally seen in those spots. Because they would be if they were those types of players.
I just explained it to you. Because every network, every website, every podcast, anybody is going to have their own people that they're going to push.
If he's
no one has the magic key of how this draft is going to fall. That's why we watch it every year. And every year somebody gets dropped out of that top 10.
What Cody's saying here is like, okay, so you take a really bad team, for example. Like, I'll just use this analogy. You take the Bobcats and Hornets from the Kimball Walker days. Kimball Walker was so valued there because the team was dog shit around him, but his value compared to other teams around the league may not be that high because he's not necessarily going to be the best player on that team, is essentially what Cody's trying to say here. So, like, that's why this draft is kind of top heavy. And, like, these guys that, are being viewed as, like, top 10 guys, like, I don't think Jalen in last year's draft or, like, the 2 years ago draft, I don't think I think Jalen Walker is going in, like, the 20s. Like, that's just the truth of it. Like, I'm not trying to shit on these guys.
Yeah, no, I hear you. Hold on. I'm going to go to Jay, but let me read the love bomb. Near Vosh with the $10. This is what scares me is the drop off between pick 8 and 7. If you riff on pick 8,
57.
A ton of talent will be gone by 57. Many of those players you might want in round 2 will be gone when we pick. I've said that I don't think that we're going to wait that long. I think they're either going to trade up or we're going to get more picks as a result of a trade down. We'll have to see, though. And I wanted to highlight this comment, too, by James Bond. Hutchinson had production and for more than 1 year. So you weren't depending on potential to evaluate him. That's all we're saying, Twan, that a lot of these players you have to project into the future. Not all of them, but some.
To say about Nervosh's comment, and I agree with him, but the one thing I want to point out, maybe people won't like it. I'm not in the mood to give a damn. So here's my opinion.
You're lucky.
Well, that may be true. We're lucky we got 57 because if it wasn't for Dan Morgan screwing with the draft last year, it would be pick 8 to pick 74. Why? Well, we should have picked 39. Why don't we? Because we traded up for a quarterback. Because we spent too much money trading up for a quarterback.
They about to call in.
They about to call in.
I'm not going to talk about.
What are you talking about, Pickle?
The issue with that, like, I get it. Fans like Dan Morgan, but here's the thing. I was listening, and I wanted to jump in on this earlier because Twan was talking about it. Yes, he acquired that second-round pick, but he basically blew it on the second-round pick on Brooks. So it's kind of like even trade. Like that's all it is. And then you have them visiting with Travion Henderson. Listen, I was happy when I saw that. Travion Henderson's one of my guys in this draft. But the bottom line is, what is this obsession with these running backs? When Canales
I don't get it.
Throw the ball. Like he lied to y'all's faces last year. He's like, we're gonna be stubborn with the run, bro. That dude wants to sling that bitch out on the field, bro. So I don't get the whole running back thing. But like, I get it. Dan Morgan's cool. Like, he's done some good things, man. But yeah, like the Brooks pick kind of canceled out the second for me. But I do get, like, if we didn't have that, then we'd have a huge, even a bigger gap between, like, pick.
He did 3 things in that last draft that didn't make sense to me. I ain't gonna go back over it, but he got a chance to make to correct the mistakes. I'm gonna see what he does this year. But if he don't get it right in this draft, fuck Morgan.
I agree. Like, we can call a spade, man. Like, all these people that with their jobs, if you're a player or coach, you can always redeem yourself. But right now, no. Like I don't know. He's not earned my full trust. He's not earned my full trust.
I understand.
Hey, you're about to stop talking about my damn GM that way. We don't know him.
You always you're so horny. You're so horny for these people.
I told Jake and Cody earlier today. Probably, I think it was in the green room. I told him, I said, what I don't understand is Canales is screaming, we're going to run more, and getting all these running backs. His scheme that I saw last year is not friendly to a running back. Just because you want to claim, I can tell you right now, I'm going to walk to California in a year. My fat ass ain't going to make it, but I can tell you all day. I can tell you every time I pass out when I wake up, I'm going to do it. That don't mean it's going to happen. The issue is I don't think Dave Canales' scheme fits running the football as much as he claims.
I agree with Pickle.
It's just wasting picks to bring these running backs here to be backups.
Right, go ahead, Locks.
Pick. I want you to listen to something right quick. Don't you think a coach is just like a player, right? You learn your first year, and when you go to your second year, you know a little bit more than you know your first year. So he may run the ball a little bit more his second year than he did the first year. That's what you got to understand. Yeah. You cannot go off everything he did his first year. You cannot go off everything he did his first year.
I don't think that's what Pickle was trying to say.
I'm not against Dave Canales. I'm just saying that the proof's in the pudding. You know, last year you said you weren't going to do this or you was going to do this. You didn't for whatever reason, whether it was injuries or for whatever reason, just didn't happen. Some things that I think have to happen, and maybe some folks just don't see it that way, and that's okay too, I guess. When I see a run first offense, I think of blockers in front of the running back. I think of tight ends and fullbacks. I think an offensive line dedicated to run blocking.
Cody, let me. Okay, Pickle.
And I also think of a stud defense to be able to slow down the other run game. But anyway.
So, no, I just want to say this real quick. I want to say this real quick, and I'm throwing up in my mouth as I say this, but some will say that Bryce had a bad time last year. Y'all know I don't fucking care about Bryce, but some would say that he didn't do as well because Canales didn't do what he said he was going to do. Like, if Bryce isn't doing well throwing the ball early on in the season, then why, when you running the ball like you said you was going to run it, have him pass less and then, catch on like that until he got his confidence like that.
What about
Instead, he went out there and tried to hang all his damn passes on Bryce, knowing he wasn't good at it.
So, okay, what about
this? And got away from the run game. That's all I'm asking.
What about this, though? How much grace do you give a rookie head coach? Like what Blackfire is saying. His first year in the NFL, he's adjusting on the fly. They had Bryce Young to start. That didn't go well. They put in Andy Dalton, and all of a sudden, Andy Dalton throws for over 300 yards. So how could
he's better than Bryce Young.
So how could you blame Canales for saying, well, okay, damn, we actually have the opportunity to be a pretty potent passing attack? To me, it doesn't say that he's lying and doesn't want to run football. He's saying that he's just had the opportunity to pass it more, and we did so. And Chuba Hubbard
got you. But what Pickle is saying, but he kept coming to that damn podium every week, Pickle, and saying, I'm going to keep running the ball. We're like, you're not even running it like that.
Dude, I called
He's lying to us.
We were up 7.
Okay.
We were up 7-0. I remember I called in the show last year. We were up 7-0 thanks to Chuba running the ball. Right when the game was 7-7, he started fucking swinging that game. By the time
you're breaking up, man.
Like, can y'all hear me?
Yeah, now. Yeah, you were breaking up a little.
All right. So what I was saying was, Canales, he stopped running the football like several times last year when games were like in the balance. Like that's on him.
Right.
Like,
Right.
no one's saying he can't change that or improve. We're just calling what
Right.
like that's all I'm doing is just calling a spade a spade. Like
Right.
Facts.
I like him, and I think he could get better. I personally feel that he was awarded a head coach job a year or two too soon. But
Yeah, I like him.
when you're 7, when the score is 7-14, you're in the first quarter. You don't have to freak out and throw the ball 100 times to get that extra 7 points to tie the game.
Exactly.
That's not. You got plenty of time to run the football. You know what that man means? That means John Fox standing over beside him, teaching him how to run that football. That's what we need.
Listen, we keep on getting away from it, and but I do want to make sure I get everyone in on this. Even Mike Kay is reporting that now that the Saints pick 9th and Panthers pick 8th, that the spot that we have really is prime real estate. Like, remember, so yesterday I put out a tweet, literally yesterday, and I said, I don't think we're going to have any takers for a trade back. I think that we'd better fall in love with a player at number 8 overall. But, boys, this changes things. And I have been someone who literally said today and days before that all these players look more attractive to me with a trade back scenario. Am I crazy for thinking that this is a perfect opportunity for us to be able to do that? Like, dude, let's draft Nick Amenwari and Donovan Ezeraku. You know what I'm saying? Like, let's really fucking.
Well, look, explain. I want you to.
You can't. I understand what you're saying, Cody. I immensely do. But in a lot of these trade back scenarios, you don't get both. If you want both, then you're going to give up a first or maybe both a second round pick next year. I'm not willing to do that. Not for the talent in this draft. I'm sorry, it ain't worth it. I'm not giving up 2 first round picks and 2 second round picks
especially if
to
we're
get
drafting
2.
a safety.
Hopefully,
Yeah.
I mean, if you're drafted, even if you take pick 8 and you want to trade back, or if you pick a player at pick 8 and then you want to get back into the first round, we don't have enough talent on the roster to waste picks like that.
No,
in my opinion.
No, you don't know. Yeah, you can't get rid of picks. The only scenario that you get rid of picks is if you're getting a player that's been in the league for like 3+ years and is proven. That's the only way you're getting rid of a pick. I'm not getting a pick to trade up. Like, I know Cody said that safety. Like, there's certain players maybe, but I'm not.
So do y'all see what I just put up on screen? Lewis Riddick said the 9th pick is going to be all kinds of interesting. And then Deion Sanders quote tweeted him with the eyeballs.
Yeah.
Bro, I'm going to be real with y'all. Look,
and then I put underneath there.
Yeah, I saw what you put. I don't know what y'all think. I would prefer to not see Shedeur Sanders in the NFC South.
Man, I ain't afraid of no fucking Shedeur.
I'm not saying I'm afraid of him. I'm saying that he is a let me finish.
I want them to get him. I want them to get him.
I feel that he is a better prospect than I feel a lot of people give him credit for.
I love it because he can't run. If we look, the defense we talking about putting together, he ain't a runner. He's a pocket quarterback. I want them to get him. That's better for us.
I heard a ESPN analyst today say Shedeur Sanders is he compares Shedeur Sanders to Andy Dalton. That's fact.
Dude, Andy Dalton fucking threw that bitch for years.
That shit got me thinking about it over.
I mean,
he threw it last year.
He's never won a
he threw it. He did it last year.
Trade back. All I'm saying, dude, trade back if you have the opportunity to do so, man.
Why be cute though, man?
It's gonna come.
Why be cute?
It's gonna come down to who's gonna be there at 8, and and if somebody wants that pick, if somebody's gonna trade up for that pick. That deal has to be great for us. It has to be, like I keep saying this every week, and I'm never going to stop saying it. We have to rob them. That for me to want to trade back, it has to be a robbery. Like we
I
have
agree.
to
Yeah.
be stealing.
Like, yes,
We have to be
last
stealing their
We
year,
got
picks.
Jake,
we got to
Jake
come
is
out on
brought
top.
Yeah.
Jake brought up a great point because last year's trade with the Steelers on paper, or not Steelers, Rams, was robbery. The problem was we didn't hit on that we took a running back, which that's like, so I get what Jake's saying. If we get another quote unquote robbery trade, in order for it to actually be a robbery, you need to hit on the pick that you
Well,
get.
Ant talking that shit tonight, bro. I agree with Ant all the way tonight.
Yeah.
You
Here's my
know,
opinion. If we get a call from the Colts who are picking at 14, and they say you give us the 8 pick, we'll give you 14 and our 3rd round pick 80. We'll give you those two, and that way you won't have to put up with Shedeur Sanders into the Saints. I'm saying fuck that. I want more than that 3rd round pick for that bitch. And
exactly.
if that equals that the Saints get him, so by God be it. I am
Yeah,
never be scared of any motherfucker on the Saints roster.
If you trade back, you better hit. You better fucking hit.
So, but hold on. This is also why I'm okay with moving us back as far as 21 with Pittsburgh.
Hell,
I don't care what no one says. If you move from 8 to 21, you better be getting a fucking 1st round pick next year out that bitch. Ain't no fucking way that you don't. You're moving into the top 10 from the 20s, bro. Come on, dog.
Yeah.
Come
Now,
on.
at the same
Let
time,
me hear what Locke said. Go ahead, Locke.
So, Code Dog, listen.
Locks,
So,
man.
you telling me you gonna give up the 8th pick for a pick that you don't even know what's gonna be next year? It could, for all you know, it could be the 28th pick, the 29th pick, the 30th pick. Like,
so what?
Look,
When's the last time that the Panthers have ever had 2 1st round picks? Never. We've never had 2 1st round picks. You don't think that we could do damage with that? In year 4 for Bryce? Come on, man. You could use that to move up next year.
And Cody, it wouldn't just be just them 2 1st round picks. You'd have to have more picks added onto that.
Right, that's what I'm saying. You have an arsenal now.
Look, if you do that, you giving up on Bryce. If you do that, you giving up on Bryce because I know Twan do not like Bryce. Twan do not like Bryce, bro. Twan would love that shit because Twan do not like Bryce, bro. Like you got to give Bryce everything right now. We cannot wait the next year. We cannot wait on Archie Manning or none of that shit. We got to do this shit this year.
No, we're
not
developing,
next.
bro.
We got to do this shit this year. This year.
No, we're developing, bro. Like, respectfully, bro. Like, according to I agree with you, bro. I'm just like, according to the fan base, bro, we're just developing, man. Nah, for real, it shouldn't take this long to build a team.
I approve that message.
Stephen Bailey, do you really think the Panthers are going to be picking 27 next year? Give me a break, bro. What are we doing?
Bro, we damn sure shouldn't. If we're picking 10 again next year, we're going to have some conversations about this front office that y'all love. So.
Dude, I'm just saying,
hey, look, let me step back and applaud Ant, though.
I'm trusting Dan Morgan. I'm trusting Dan Morgan. If Dan thinks that he can get more value out of a trade back, fucking do it, bro. Do it. Get all these good players, man.
But Cody, listen to this. I think, okay, so listen, because I'm loving how Ant talking. Me and Ant was saying, what has Dan Morgan done, and be honest, well, you have all this unbelievable truth in him. I know you've been a good fan, but what is why are you getting behind him like this?
Okay.
What is your reason? What does he do that says I trust him? Because you were one of the same. Were you one of the same ones going calling Fitterer a trade daddy and all this other shit?
Nah, I don't know if it was all that. What I'm saying, Dan Morgan. Let me let Evan. Wait, Tom, were you asking me or just anyone in general?
I was asking you, but anyone. I want to see your opinion.
I'll answer
first. We gotta start letting these guys earn our trust.
Cody.
Let me answer first, and then I'll let everyone jump in on it. Dan Morgan, I wanted to hire Dan Morgan before we hired Fitterer, bro. I have been a proponent of Dan Morgan for years now. One, I don't think that the draft last year was terrible. One, as XL, I have a lot of hope for what he can be in the future. I think Jatavion Sanders is a badass. I know everyone likes to get on him for drafting Jonathan Brooks, but I really don't even think Jonathan Brooks was that bad of an idea considering what you wanted to be on offense. Then you draft Trevin Wallace. Then you're able to trade one of your linebackers for Michael Jackson, who we re-signed to come back to Carolina. All of those things were because of Dan Morgan. Am I wrong?
Yeah.
Okay,
no,
so
he's
you
definitely,
you
he's
drafted a
definitely
guy coming off an
average GM.
Achilles. Yeah,
He's
yeah.
definitely solid, but here's the thing: when you're given shit,
I agree with
and then
that.
you get like
Yeah.
when you've been eating shit your whole life, and then you get a hamburger from McDonald's, it looks like the glory of God. So like that's kind of
Yeah.
where we're coming from.
That's the best fucking hamburger I ever ate, even though it sucks.
Even though it's $2, Juan, that's what I'm saying, bro. Like,
Yeah, let me let everyone else jump in too. After Anthony, were you done, Anthony, or keep going?
no, I think Dan Morgan's done some great things, but he's also done some bad things. I'm just saying,
Sure.
man, like, let's hold the horses a little bit.
Right, that's what I'm saying too. Go ahead, Pickle.
Yeah,
I want to bring this up because I just searched this up. I mentioned it earlier, forgot, but nonetheless, this is a similar trade. If the Steelers want to do this, similar to what they did in 2019, the Steelers moved from pick. They moved from pick 20 to pick 10. Now, what they gave up 2019 first pick, the 2019 second pick, the 2020 third round pick for pick 10. That's all they gave up. In a similar trade, that's what we'll get. Now, I may not like it, and it may be hardball. Maybe it's something to do with hardball. But if I'm the Steelers, I've already interviewed Jalen Milroe 3 times. I caught him at the combine, I caught him at his pro day, and I took him out to dinner.
Yeah, that's true.
And I've invited him into my home on another visit this week.
Who are you talking about, Pickle?
Jalen Milroe, the Steelers,
The Alabama,
Jalen Milroe.
Alabama quarterback.
Oh, okay.
Now Shadur Sanders, they interviewed him once. That's it. So I don't think they're as high as on Shadur as people think they are. And if you have to ask yourself, if the Steelers say this is our limit because we've done this before, and we're going to give you a first round pick, a second. Now they don't have a second round pick. They can't give us a 20. They can't give us a 2025 second round pick. They got one. They gave that for DK Metcalf. So, and a third round pick, even if they offer us a second round pick next year, I'm not taking that. I want more than that. I just didn't keep what I got. Now, if they offer me a first round pick for next year, I want them to throw another pick on top of it somewhere because I'm gonna get compensation if they're higher than.
So then, can I put this to you though? If you're someone who doesn't want to trade back, which I understand too, like I can get it. If you don't think it'll be enough value,
I do.
Or you want to draft a player, that's fine. What I'm saying is that are you okay if we don't trade back? Are you okay with not picking until pick 57? Because I feel
we don't have to trade back up in the second round.
Because I think there's a reason why Dan Morgan has 2 fourths and 3 fifths. I believe, and he's looked at a bunch of edge rushers. He's looked at edge rushers. He looked at tackles. He looked at running backs. He's looked at wide receivers, all in the second round. He's planning to get another second round pick, y'all. Not just move up. I think he's planning to get another second round pick somehow.
I agree.
We have 9 picks, y'all. We're not picking 9 players. That's
Say it again.
We have 9.
Say it again.
We're not.
You're not even. You're not even gonna get 9 great players. So he's gonna use some of them bullshit picks to move up. Man, look, when you get a draft,
we get 3 great players instead of
you knocked it out the park.
6.
You knocked it out the park.
Yeah,
right.
like 6 TMJs and one Tommy Tremble and maybe one Chuba
Yeah.
Hubbard, then it's worth it.
God, I just
If
don't. I hear
you
your
get 3
point,
to 4 great players that could possibly make a Pro Bowl one day, you knocked it out the park.
but dude, listen.
We ain't gonna get.
Even if y'all move from 57 up into the second round, you're probably still going to be giving up more than you want to, because that's a pretty high jump, depending on where you're trying to
much,
get
though.
to in the
I don't care
second
about the
round.
late round picks.
All right, man. All right. I'm just
Hey,
saying.
Cody, listen to this.
Let me.
Ask-
Now, wait. Let me bounce around a little bit. Let me go to Cole. Cole, you've been on both sides of this issue, bro. You didn't want to trade back. Then you did want to trade back. Where are you now, bro? Now that we have an opportunity to fuck over New Orleans and prevent them from getting a quarterback.
Cody, I asked you this question 3 hours ago, and I'm still not sure between the two. In my dream world, I'm either taking Mason Graham at 8 or I'm trading back deliberately just to fuck over New Orleans and giving them a good quarterback that we're going to have to
Bro,
put
that's
up with
what
for
I'm
the next
on,
5 or
dude.
10 years. I'm absolutely all about fucking them
I
over.
would enjoy screwing New Orleans over. I really would, but I'm not going to sacrifice my Panthers to screw New Orleans over. We don't need help.
No, but
Panthers don't need
everybody's
help
been
screwing
hollering trade
screwing
back. You're
themselves
getting
over.
that shit now.
I
Now
mean,
it's just for a different reason.
Yeah,
Yeah,
you see what? When you play stupid games,
yeah,
you finish it up.
the Panthers need no help.
But this
fucking
draft is so
themselves.
deep, right? We've been talking about this
I
shit
mean,
for
they
what,
don't.
hour and a
They
half, 2
don't need
hours,
help
so you can't
fucking
even go
their
back 10
self. We
spots.
do that
And
quite
that's
good
what
ourselves.
sucks. That's what sucks. Listen, we have a top 10 pick for a reason. I wish this was a draft that was just loaded, where you could get like a Roma Dunze type player around our pick. It's just the luck of the draw, man. Because really, like, we should be picking here in the normal draft, but yeah, man, just based on the clues.
So,
like, what?
well,
What's
hey,
up, Colin? What?
is Diesel still here?
Yeah, bro. What's up?
Hey, Deez. So this is a joke for Diesel skills with what he was just saying. We would be picking higher if we didn't want those motivational wins that meant nothing to us last year.
Yeah,
No,
but
that's
fans
not
don't
what I
have
was
any control
saying.
over that.
That's not what I was saying. I'm saying like Twan. I'm saying like, because everyone's talking about trading back. Like, I'm saying we're at pick 8 right now. I'm saying because I don't think this draft is like as deep as everyone, like you were saying, and other people. But I'm saying like for a team that's this bad, that's been bad, you should use your top 10 pick. But this isn't the draft where like we're gonna get one of those like guys at the end of the like pick 10. Like Garrett Wilson went pick 10, Adunze pick 9, like tons of great defensive players. Like we're out of luck, man. So trade back's probably the best option. Like Dan's looking at all these players that are like late first round, second round talents at this point.
I just think if we were picking, if we didn't want, go ahead, Pickle.
I just want to say, I think, and I hear people saying this on Twitter about tanking to get better picks. Folks need to remember these players don't give a damn where this team drafts next year. They may not be here next year anyway. So why the hell would they give a damn about? Why would Ivero care where the Panthers are going to draft next year? His ass probably ain't going to be here.
Not only
Shaq Thompson didn't give a damn where we're drafting at this year. He know he ain't
No,
going to be here.
that's a good point, Pickle. Like, if you're somebody like Avero, you're not worried about Panthers picks in 2026.
Absolutely not.
Yeah, not at all. No, that's a great point. That's a great point.
The only time players are concerned in drafts is if you go out there and start drafting their position.
Yeah.
Now that's different.
Yeah, and that being said, I heard a former player say it today on the radio. He said I always took it as a challenge. When you drafted my pick, I sent it close to the text. He said, I get it. I'm not scared. We'll deal with it. And he said, but you had to remember when you send that rookie to me and let me help train him, you get what I give him. And I may not give him what you want to have him. And if that means he fails in his job, that's his problem. I got to worry about me and my family before I worry about him and your family. He said,
Cody,
that's
I want to say something.
tell the coaches.
Yeah, say something, and then I'm going to bring up one more topic, and then y'all know what we about to do. Go ahead, Twan.
Okay. So look, shout out. This ain't got nothing to do with football, man. But shout out to everybody out to all my golfies out there watching the Masters. I wait for this every year. I play a lot of golf, man. So shout out to my golfies out there, man. Just watching the Masters. You know what I'm saying? I'm a nerd for golf.
Ain't nothing wrong with that,
Twan. I tuned into XM radio yesterday, expecting to hear a good conversation about football. And I had to listen to 30 minutes because Taylor Zarza used to be on WFNZ. Now works. He used to do a lot of golf. Well, now he works as a Titans beat reporter. They were going to talk to him about the draft. They spent the whole 30 minutes talking about the Masters and golf.
Yeah.
By the time they got back to football, he was out of time and had to go. I was so outraged.
All right, so that's
shout out to McElroy.
So,
shout out to Ricky Fowler.
Yeah, my buddy was watching earlier. Bro, you couldn't pay me to watch golf. I'm gonna be real with you.
Wait,
man, I love it.
Cody,
I love it.
I don't watch it too much myself, but it's very peaceful. I watch it.
Look, I know that I
was lying. Twan, that nigga Twan is lying. That nigga don't watch no goddamn golf, nigga. Stop lying. You don't watch no goddamn golf.
I swear on everything, bro. I swear on everything, bro. That's me.
I have one more thing I wanted to talk about before we move on to the mock draft. Someone put out this, and it got everybody real mad. But I do think that it's a part of a discussion. Somebody put the saddest downfalls of NFL players, current and former. They had number 3, Luke Kuechly, on that list. Well, hold on.
Based on what?
Let me set the thing up. So before, I remember when me and CK used to have these debates when Luke was still on the team, and we would debate whether or not Luke Kuechly had fallen off in the past couple of years of his career, and a bunch of people have really gotten upset at this, that Luke is even on the list at all. My question to you is there some fairness? Did Luke Kuechly have a legendary downfall in his career, in his level of play after those concussions?
Yeah, he fell off in his last year. He fell off in that last year. Nothing before that. Nothing before that. But by then, all of those concussions caught up with him, and it just seemed like he didn't enjoy playing football.
I agree with that.
Go ahead, Jeff.
Well, I was just going to say, like, let's be honest with you. If Luke Kuechly even played half like he did, like half, the stardom, the player that he was, it still would have been better than 90% of those linebackers in the league. But yeah, he did. I mean, according to his play style and just him in general, he did have a fall off last year. But hey, I'm happy for him, man. He chose health over anything else, and
exactly.
Can't be mad about that.
Now, Luke Kuechly said in a video this offseason himself, he said, when I looked and I watched film of myself, he said I wasn't happy with myself, but I knew I couldn't play like I used to play. He said after the season and after games, I didn't feel like I could work harder and come back. He said I didn't have that step. And he said, I couldn't play the way I used to play. I couldn't tackle the way I used to tackle. Listen, Dan Morgan went through the same thing. Before Dan Morgan retired or left the Panthers in the short retirement, they tried to get him not to tackle with his head down. He'd taught from a grade school how to tackle that way. He couldn't help it.
Yeah.
Listen, to me, let me say this. I don't know about the list itself. I really don't give a damn about the list. I tell you, to me, it was the saddest day in my Panther history when Luke retired.
Yeah,
I don't cry over football players, but I cried over Luke Kuechly.
Oh, you went all at one day.
So, to me, that was the saddest day as a Panther fan that I ever had. I'm going to say the second day was after the 2015 Super Bowl.
Yeah, it might have been a Super Bowl for me. But as far as a player, when they fired Cam the way that they did, I was ready to fuck. I was like, fuck the Panthers, bro. I was done.
Dude, I really was. So I was in the hospital during that day with what I still think was COVID. It was early 2020, and I had a false positive, I think. I mean, a false negative, I think, rather. But yeah, I was in the hospital when that news broke, man. And dude, that tore me up. Seeing Luke Kuechly on that Monday Night Football game, crying after that concussion, really fucked me up.
I knew he was done after that.
Yeah, and I think that it got to a point where you all remember he was wearing that contraption around his neck that made your brain swell up, so that way it wasn't moving back and forth in his brain. Like the minute I saw him doing that shit, I'm like, all right, brother, what are we even doing anymore? You know,
it was also tracking. It was also tracking his hits.
Right, yeah, but like, this is like a road to nowhere. And but by the way, like what Pickle was saying, if Luke had enough wherewithal to come out and say that, yeah, I didn't feel like myself. I didn't feel like I was wrapping up the way I used to. I didn't feel as fast and as
speed of the game got away from him too.
Yeah, man. Like if Luke Kuechly is telling you that, then there is some truth to it. Now,
he's willing to
hold on. The last thing I'll say is that if you want to talk about him having a career downfall, that's fine. But ain't no fucking way he's number 3 on a list.
This list
like,
is
come on,
This list is trash, though.
The list is bullshit.
This list itself. Let me go to the top. Todd Gurley had injury issues anyway, but I can understand if he's on the list. And I'm not saying number, just on it. Henry Ruggs fucked his own career up. I don't want to say
and he never really proved himself.
He was there for nothing. He was just a draft pick before that.
No, right? Griffin was the offensive rookie of the year. Robert Griffin.
But
RG3
I mean, some of these guys that don't need to be on here, Kevin White, come on. Johnny Manziel, really? Stop it. Stop it.
Mexico Burns should be on this. He shot himself.
Some of these guys. Yeah, Josh Gordon. I'm not even going to get an argument over Josh Gordon because it would be that. By the time I voiced my opinion, y'all trust Panther Pickle, there would be arguments on this show right now over that.
Johnny Manziel was never up.
No, the list itself is garbage. But as far as the saddest moments, I'll just call them moments. I can put Luke up there, but the list itself is bullshit.
It's bullshit.
All right, boys.
They got Michael Vick on there. Michael Vick's buddy choking puppies.
What was sad about Michael Vick? Like that? There was nothing sad about it.
That was Michael Vick's friends out here choking puppies.
All right, boys. It's that time for my drafts, baby.
Now, this is going to be on, y'all. This is going to be different.
So listen, let me tell you what we're going to do today. We've been generally hitting 2 mock drafts. So what I want to do, let's do the first mock draft where we do all 32 teams.
Let's go.
Let's just run from top to bottom. We'll see who's available. We'll look at their team needs. If somebody wants to look it up and find what they need, we're probably not going to do trades this time around unless
we'll all be representing different teams.
Yeah, we might.
No, we're pretty much just going to confer, just like how we've been doing. Yeah, we're just going to try every.
It'll be cool if we go in order and represent different teams.
I get that, Schwab.
Hold on, we have 9 people, so we can do it 2 ways, right? We can do it how we normally do, where everyone has to say so on who the pick is, or what we could do is I go in turns and I let one person pick an order for that team.
Yeah, let's do turns.
One thing I will say, if we do turns, no matter what, I'm picking for the Jags.
Yeah, I knew that was coming.
Okay, that's cool though.
Where's Jags?
I don't care where I pick.
It only makes sense though.
Yeah, I know it. Hell yeah.
I'm saying that to Twan.
Yeah. All right, no, that works. That works.
Yeah,
so assign us numbers.
Right, Cody. Let me throw this out there to you. If we're just doing the first round, if y'all like PFF's draft board better, where it's just going to be 1 round, we can do that. Or you just that's fine.
We just go in the first round. That's it.
Yeah.
Also,
Hey,
who's gonna?
Okay.
How are we gonna do the? Would we do for the Panthers pick? Would we just do a collective pick there? Just so
yeah,
none
I
of us
think
are
Yeah.
we would
fighting over it.
probably.
Yeah,
Yeah,
we
we
can
would
we
collect
can
on
probably.
argue
that
about
one.
that one.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
I
then
think
the
we're
rest
getting
we just take
So look,
turns
this is
on.
what we'll do, right? We're gonna go in order, so that way when it's your turn, you get to make a pick for the team on the clock, and I think that'll prevent it from getting, prevent us from getting stuck on one pick. So that
Man,
way,
don't be picking up all trash players either, man.
man, I'm just saying this ought to be fun.
You
Hey,
pick
real quick,
somebody in the third round.
hey, thank you to Kitty Lit Zio for the $9.99 got to bounce. Was fun Friday as always. Appreciate y'all. Thank you, Alex. We appreciate you, man.
Shout out.
Yeah. Maybe next time we'll do PFF pickle. I think right now
Okay,
let's
you're
just
fine.
run through
Yeah.
one by
So
one.
I just got the 7th pick. Okay, cool.
All right, y'all ready to do this thing?
Yeah.
Well, so you gotta give us numbers. You gotta give us numbers.
All right. Let me see. What's the draft order? See,
It's nine. It's 9 of us. So
So
None
it's
of us. So
9
if
and
you start off with number
32.
one, Cody.
Tennessee.
Yeah.
all right.
Mm.
So Tennessee. Okay, so we'll go pop in number one.
Oh shit. Well, all right.
Might be kind of easy for you on that one, I know. Pop in number one. We'll go Locks Main number two. We'll go Twan Don number three, repping his OG team, the Giants. We'll go Cole.
Yeah.
We'll go Cole with the fourth pick. Evan says he wants the Jags, so Evan, you have 5.
My guy Cole.
You're number 6. Number 6 will be Jake the Snake. Number 7, we will do These Ill Skills. And then, Pickle, we're all going to confer on number 8. So then number 9 will be you. You're getting number 9.
Oh, he gonna put the shit in the game.
All right.
All right.
I
All right, let's go.
That's the
y'all ready
last
to do it?
person you need to
Let's
do
go.
that.
This gonna be fun, bro. This gonna be
All right,
fun.
ready
Let's
to do
go.
greatest team in the division.
Yeah. So I got 1, 10. Let's see, 1, 10, 20. Okay.
Yep.
Yeah.
1, 10, 21. My bad.
Yep. All right.
You
Let's
just
start
gotta know
the
who's in
draft.
front of you. You just gotta know who's in front of you.
Yeah, that's what I was about to say. I would just see who's picking in front of me, and I don't know.
Yeah.
And behind me, I guess.
Well, you know I'm going Cam Ward.
All right, with the first overall pick, Tennessee
That was
Titans
easy.
select Cam. Locks Man, you still there?
Boy, about that one.
Locks, you there, bro?
Excuse me.
Yeah.
Yes,
we
sir.
at? Where we at?
Yeah, we're at number 2. Who are the Cleveland Browns picking with the number 2 overall pick? Travis Hunter, Shador Sanders, Mason Graham, Abdul Carter. They're all up on the screen.
I think they going with Shador. They going with Shador Sanders. Shador.
All right, Shador Sanders
Okay.
is the quarterback for the Browns.
That might have
Let's
fucked Pickle
go.
up.
Nah, I'm
All right, Twan Don with the New York Giants. What we picking?
Okay.
Abdul Carter, Travis Hunter, Mason Graham, Will Campbell, Genty, Armabo, or Armin.
So based on what they need, I'm gonna go.
Does it show their team needs?
Yeah. Does it show their needs?
Yeah, they pretty much need everything.
Okay. So I'll go BPA. Travis Hunter.
Travis Hunter to the Giants, number 3 overall. Let me see. Cole, number 4th overall pick, the New England Patriots. Cole, you there, brother? Big Cole.
Go. You drafted this pick?
He probably on
Cole,
mute.
hey! Man, this man is dead to the earth, man.
Come on, man.
All right. You fumbled the ball.
Come on, y'all. Y'all can't step away, man.
Just take best player available.
I think he had to drop his microphone. Just dropped.
I already just messaged
possible.
him.
So everybody moves up one. Everybody behind us moves up one.
I'll go.
Who's got the code?
No, let me go, and that way, because Evan has the Jags, right?
Well, hold up. Cole, you back? Cole.
Yo, I'm here. My
There
phone
you
died.
go.
No, you're good, bro.
My fault.
Man,
Man,
stop playing with
you're
cricket.
on the clock. Who is the Patriots taking at number 4? Abdul Carter, Mason Graham. Whoa.
Yeah, I'm looking at them top 3 for sure and stopping right there. I want to go sexy, or do I want to go the right answer, Cody?
Right answer.
Will Campbell.
Yeah, that's what I thought too.
Is that your pick?
Yes, sir.
Will Campbell going to the Patriots.
Me,
My man Evan, you're on the board, bro. Abdul Carter, Genty, Armin Manobu, Ted McMillan. What you got, bro?
Man, oh man. Mason Graham is who everybody's picking. But if I'm being honest this time, I'm going to go. Gosh, this is tough because Abdul's still there. If we were doing trades, I would trade down with the team that would want Abdul, but we're not doing trades, so
Yep.
I'm gonna go Abdul Carter and move Trayvon Walker to be a 3 technique on the inside.
Ooh.
That's nasty.
To the Jacksonville Jaguars.
Look at Evan is a real GM.
All right, man.
I am shocked.
All right, this is the Raiders.
The
Raiders. Jake, what's up, bro? Who we picking, man? Who are the
Genty.
Raiders going with, man?
Genty.
Ashton Genty. My boy is fast with it. I love it.
The Raiders.
Number 7, Diesel Skills. Where are we going for the Jets, brother?
Brother, I'm going off of PFF. PFF says the Jets' number 1 need is wide receiver. I'm going Ted McMillan.
Ted McMillan.
Teteroa McMillan. You
guys are
a New
making
York
great
Jet.
picks.
All right,
You guys are making
boys.
great picks.
The Carolina
We did
Panthers
this.
are on the clock. We
Okay.
did this one. The Panthers are on the clock, boys.
Oh,
And-
but who's left?
Man, there's so many suggestions,
God.
dude.
There's a lot of value
Mason-
right here as well.
Mason Graham, still available. Tyler Warren, still available. Jalen Walker, still available.
I'm ready to vote.
Yeah. I know most people gonna say Jalen Walker, so I'm staying with there.
Nah.
I don't know about that.
No, they
Twan.
won't, Twan.
I don't know
No, they
about that.
won't. No, they won't.
Okay.
Okay. All right. Let me start with Poppin' Bullets. Poppin', who's your first vote for the Panthers?
With everybody that's up there right now, I gotta take Mimbu.
All right. Armin
What?
Membuga 1. Cole, what say you, bro?
Mason Graham.
Come on, I'm
I knew that.
Wait.
was
gonna call you.
1
Pop.
for Membu, 1 for Graham. Locks, man, what say you, bro? Locks, you win?
Hey, I know I said Will Johnson, but if Mason Graham fall, I'm going with Mason Graham. Mason Graham.
Yeah, that's 2 for Mason Graham. Twan Don, what
Jalen
say you, man?
Walker.
Jalen Walker. So we got 1 for Walker, 2 for Graham. Evan, what say you?
I'm going to go Mason Graham.
All right, we got 3 for Graham,
Let's go, Evan.
1 for Walker, 1 for Membu. Diesel Skills.
You see it right here, number 5 overall. Like I said, number 4 consensus, Mason Graham. That's the guy. If he falls, we got to take him. No more Shy Tuttle. No more LeBron or whatever the guy's name is that's played so many snap scores last year.
Ray.
Yeah, right.
LeBron Ray.
Hey, so that's it. But Jacob Pickle, who were y'all voting for?
I mean, you gotta go with Graham. I mean, I'm so I love Jalen Walker, but you gotta go Graham.
Yeah.
Jalen Walker, because again, I said it last week. I said it the week before that. Mason Graham will be a backup for his entire rookie year.
All right.
Go
He
ahead.
So by
is.
the way,
He's not
I
going
was
to
also
contribute right away.
He
Yeah,
will
he
be. He will
will.
be a backup.
Hey, but I do want to say this though. I would pick Mason Graham, but I think that if Carolina had to choose,
Jalen
I still
Walker.
think they're taking Walker.
I agree.
So
All right, but that's what it is.
Exactly.
We're drafting Mason Graham to the Panthers. Panther Pickle for the Saints. Who you picking?
the New Orleans Saints are taking Jalen Walker.
Oh,
That's
damn.
fucked up.
I know that's
Yeah.
gonna burn.
Hey,
that would happen though. That would literally
I
happen.
didn't do it. Y'all did it when you picked
Yeah.
Mason Graham.
Exactly. Y'all did it.
No, you're
Now
right
you gotta
about
face
that.
his ass. Now you gotta face him twice a year.
Yeah, popping bullets. The Chicago Bears at number 10.
The Chicago Bears.
They need running back, edge, safety, wide receiver, corner.
All
Tyler
that.
Warren.
Tyler Warren is a Chicago Bear. Oh, snap. Let me see. Locksman, San Francisco 49ers. Who are they drafting, man?
Everybody.
They going with Will Johnson, Michigan. Will Johnson. That's what they going
Will
with.
Johnson from Michigan is a 49er. The Dallas
They don't-
Cowboys.
They don't need a corner.
Twan.
They need a guard in the center.
Dallas Cowboys.
And the
You got me
edge.
picking for the Cowboys?
Yeah, man. Yep.
Ew. Yuck.
They need running back,
He said,
wide receiver,
yeah.
center, and edge.
Piper's answer, by the way.
Twan
So
said,
I gotta think like
yeah.
Jerry Jones, then, man. So all
Yeah.
right, hold on.
Yeah, you're Jerry Jones tonight.
By the way, remember, if y'all want me to look at certain positions or whatever, just tell me.
I got Jerry Jones taking Mike Green. Pair Mike Green up with Parsons.
Damn, that is a badass pick, and that is something that the Cowboys would do. Damn, all right. Mike Green to the Cowboys. Now we got the Miami Dolphins up on deck. Who did we have picking for the Raiders? That was Cole.
No, I
Cole.
didn't pick Raiders. I had Patriots.
Oh yeah, but yeah, you're still up. Who you picking for the Dolphins?
Dolphins. I'm looking.
Minobu's on the board. Or I keep saying Minobu.
The needs are tackle, guard, center, D line, and corner.
Yeah.
They just got rid of their safety, so they gonna be.
And they need a tackle
I
too.
cheated. I look at Mel Kipers, and I really love it, though. He took the corner out of Texas, Jahad Barron.
So is that what you want?
I could see that.
Yeah,
All right,
I could
Jahad
definitely
Barron.
see Barron going there. I actually really like that pick.
Yeah.
All right, Evan, Indianapolis Colts.
The Colts.
If you need the needs, tell me.
And they're also at the top there. I don't know if y'all can see them. Probably not. They're pretty small.
I'm gonna go Mikael Williams for him. They need edge. They could use another edge, and I think he's personally, I think he's better than Shamar Stewart. So
He would fit their 4-3 really well, to be honest.
All right, Mikael Williams. Let me see.
Oh.
Jake,
That's
you're
a
picking
anti-
for them.
You picking
Jake,
for the Antichrist.
Why do I gotta pick the team that needs to pull for?
Hey man,
You
you're
picking
picking
for the
the
Antichrist.
you're picking for the dirty
Hey,
Terrorists,
Jake,
bro.
their needs are wide receiver, center, edge, and linebacker.
I'm gonna go Jahad Campbell.
Here you win.
Oh hell no!
No, you didn't.
No. Damn.
Oh, yeah,
Damn.
you're right.
See y'all? See what y'all did? See what y'all did?
Do not send Jahad Campbell over there, bro.
Damn.
Bro.
We helping these division rivals out
I
tonight, y'all.
told you
Hey,
gotta be strategic about this shit.
All right, Dazil Skills. The Arizona Cardinals at number 16. Who they taking, bro?
Yeah, looking at PFF once again to try to figure out who we might go here for Arizona, because of course I'm not following like that for Arizona.
How's their offensive line?
I've had to write for them for draft tech some. They need a little bit of everything. They need defense, but they need more of everything.
Let's looking at the board here, let's go Malachi Starks. I think that might fit Arizona. That may be a bag pick for the Cardinals, but I'm doing my best, guys, as a stand-in GM for Arizona.
No, you're killing it. You're all doing awesome. Malachi Starks to the Arizona Cardinals. I think we're just gonna go back around here.
What about me?
No. Pickles, Pickles up. Pickle, who you picking for the Bengals?
Alrighty, the Bengals are going to select.
Mm.
The Bengals.
What do they need? What do they need?
Edge. They need edge, man.
Oh, they need O-line. They need O-line.
Mel Kiper gave him Campbell, but Campbell's already gone.
Yeah, they need O-line.
Shamar Stewart is still available.
They are going to take Imand Imembu.
Armand Membu. Yeah.
Armand Membu is protecting
Good pick,
Joe
Pickle.
Burrow.
That's a great pick.
Good
for
pick,
them.
Pickle.
All right,
That's a great
popping
pick.
bullets to back up. Seattle Seahawks, number 18.
All right. Let's see. What are their needs? I don't know what their needs are.
Let me look.
Pickle got it.
Their needs are interior offensive line, offensive tackle, tight end, corner, linebacker.
Yeah. The Seahawks are guard, center, and edge is what PFF says.
So let's go ahead and give them this. Let's give them Shamar Stewart.
All right, Shamar Stewart to the Seattle Seahawks.
Off the board.
If I can say real quick, some of these needs list are based on before free agency, and some are based on after free agency.
Yeah. True.
If they're different, that's why.
Locks Main, Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Who are they picking at number 19?
At number 19, fuck, damn.
Kelvin
Tampa
Banks,
Bay.
Are edge,
Colston Loveland,
linebacker,
Matthew
corner, and safety.
Golden, Kenneth Grant.
I can't really see on my phone. I really can't see the board on my phone. I really can't see it. Let me see.
Kelvin Banks, the tackle, the tight end, Colton Loveland, Matthew Golden, Kenneth Grant, the D lineman, Josh Simmons, offensive tackle, Marion Hampton, the running back.
Please don't get a Matthew Golden. Please.
No. Hey, look, I seen something on Pro Football. Ty Bowles said he would not pick a defensive player over an offensive player that can help you. So I'm going Matthew Golden. That's what I'm going with. Matthew Golden.
Damn. Baker got a weapon right there, man.
Yeah.
All right.
Man, I tell you what, I don't think the Panthers did good with their pick, but so far the NFC South just whipped our asses.
Yeah, I know, bro.
Yep.
Twan Don, the Denver Broncos, number 20. Who they
What did he pick?
This says they need running back, tight end, edge, interior O-line, safety.
All right, so yeah, we said Nick Emanuario with the Denver.
You crazy?
Yep, that's probably a pick that they would like.
That dude ain't gonna be on the board this long.
All right, 21. Who went number 4? Cole, you're back up. The Pittsburgh Steelers. Big Cole. Come on, bro.
Cole.
No, you ain't. Stop, Pickle. I was talking the whole time, man. That's muted.
I tried to help you out, brother. I tried to help you out.
Get off the damn PlayStation 5 and pick.
That's an easy pick for me, honestly, right there. Number 22 overall. Kenneth Grant will make a great Pittsburgh Steeler. He seems like the type.
That is a need.
Kenneth Grant next to Cam Hayward. That is pretty sick, man. All right, Evan Jevin, the Los Angeles Chargers.
Where my next pick at?
The Chargers.
I ain't telling you no lie. I would have went and found them a quarterback. If I was with
I would have too.
Pittsburgh,
I would have too.
Yeah.
I would have said fuck Aaron Rodgers. I would have went and got my guy.
I would have got. I would have got that rookie from Alabama. But go ahead.
There you go.
My bad, man. Go ahead.
Colston Loveland from Michigan University.
Colston Loveland is a Charger. Let's
Yeah.
go. The Green Bay Packers.
Jim Harbaugh like that.
This
Jake
is where the draft
Snake.
is going to be held. This is where the draft going to be held.
Jake the Snake.
right.
23 with the Green Bay Packers.
All right, who do they need? Because I don't.
Wide receiver, edge, and corner.
Wide
Who's their
receiver,
running back?
edge,
Oh,
and
they
corner.
got Jacobs, so they definitely don't need a running back.
Mhm.
Wide receiver, edge, and corner.
Edge and corner.
There's a guy down there on 29.
Yep,
saying.
James Pierce Jr. Take it. Send it.
Damn, James Pierce going to the Green Bay Packers. Damn.
That's what I'm saying. We gotta be strategic about this shit. Don't send somebody to a team that we gotta face the motherfucker.
Well,
send them
when you're doing this mock,
I'm trying to keep it realistic.
Yeah.
when you're doing this mock, you should pick like you're a fan of that team.
Yeah, so
Exactly.
You got to make it realistic.
right. So
That's true. That's true.
I think we're doing really good right now.
We are.
Yes, we are.
Yeah.
We are.
Diesel Skills, number 24 to the Minnesota Vikings.
Yeah, so I'm looking at this. Minnesota needs cornerback. Why is Will Johnson so damn low on this site? Where is he at? He's
Will
not. Is he?
Johnson, we
He
drafted
already
him.
been taken.
Will Johnson got taken? Okay.
Yeah, Will Johnson was our. Yeah, we already took him.
Probably Nolan. Then they probably go Walter Nolan.
Walter
That's
Nolan
not a bad
That's
pick.
who I was
That's
gonna
not a bad
take
pick.
these,
Yeah.
but I saw that
from Mississippi.
Because they got Kenneth Grant as one of their
Yeah,
guys they're targeting, so I would think they would go Nolan.
Yeah, that's who I drafted. I was about to go Nolan.
All right, Walter
Mario
Nolan.
Hampton's available.
Walter Nolan to the Minnesota Vikings. Panther Pickle 25 in the Houston Texans. Oh, this is simple. Come on, Pickle.
This is really easy.
Yeah, that's literally, dude. That if you're Houston, that's a dream pick.
You got to protect.
Like you're jumping right now if that happens for
Oh,
the Texans.
100%.
Yeah.
Popping bullets. The LA Rams at number 26.
LA Rams.
Then the corner, linebacker, tackle.
Tight end.
Corner. You said corner,
Who was-
linebacker, and tackle.
Yeah.
Who is the Rams running back?
I don't know off the
Williams,
top.
something Williams, I believe.
Okay.
I can look it up. Let me look it up.
He's a decent running back, but they can use
he's
another
decent.
one.
Yeah, they have Kyrene Williams is a running back with
Uh-huh.
Blake Corum as the backup.
I really like Kyron and Blake.
Yeah, he's good.
So right here,
I like Amari and Hampton.
what are their needs?
Hey, Twan, that's who they had Dallas taking earlier.
Corner, linebacker, tackle,
That would be
interior line.
That boy cut up and run through your ass.
We taking Simmons.
Josh Simmons, offensive tackle
That'd
to
be
the
good.
Los Angeles Rams. Locks Main, 27, the Baltimore Ravens.
They need guard, center, edge, corner, and
Who we
safety.
got?
They have
We got on the board.
Amari Hampton, Jackson Dart, that's a quarterback. Gray Zabel, Tyler Booker, Derek Harmon, who I like a lot. Donovan Izaraku, Emeka Ibuka, Luther Burden, Josh Connerly. By the way, y'all go and look up Josh Connerly. Shut down Abdul Carter when they played, bro. Connerly.
he did. He did.
He's a good tackle.
He did.
It's very, very athletic.
I watched that film, and that told me, and maybe I'm wrong. I could be been wrong before. That
it
put me a little
confirmed what I thought
bit.
about
That
Carter.
put me a little bit down on Abdullah Carter.
Yeah. Locksman, who we picking? Yep.
So the Ravens still got Derrick Henry, right? They still got Derrick Henry, right?
Right. Yeah. They do.
So
They do. But he's still like 33 or 34.
And he's still toting that rock though.
He is, but I
He ain't
don't
slowing
remember
down.
who their backups. Yeah, I'm not talking about him slowing down. I'm talking if you want to be fair, you should give him a 1-2 punch.
Who's their backup running back?
So
I'm trying. I'm getting ready to look that.
It don't even matter.
Jake,
Go ahead.
don't
Go ahead, Max.
who's picking?
don't the Ravens?
You picking for the
So
Ravens?
Justin Hill's their backup, by the way.
who is their wide receivers? Who do Lamar Jackson have is his wide receivers?
Flowers,
Zay
Rashad
Flowers.
Bateman.
Zay Flowers, DeAndre Hopkins.
Yep.
They still
Rashad
have
Bateman.
they still have
Bateman.
they still have the tight end to
Right,
I forget his name, Mark Andrews.
Mark Andrews. They still have Isaiah Likely, who's probably
Now,
I think better than
so
Mark Andrews.
if you were looking at wide receiver, Emeka Ibuka is still on the board. Luther Burden still on the board.
Damn.
I'm gonna go with You know what? I'm gonna just go with Luther Burden, because I think Lamar Jackson needs another wide receiver. Like he might need some more else. I haven't looked at the Ravens that much, so I don't really know how much they need. But I know Lamar Jackson needs another wide receiver because he do not have any wide receivers. So I'm gonna go with that dude Lamar Burden.
All right,
That's
so
his
you
name,
want
Lamar Burden.
Yeah, Luther Burden. You
Yeah.
want Luther?
Luther Borders.
You want
Yeah.
Luther over
Yeah,
Emeka?
I want Luther Burden. Luther Burden.
All right.
Luther Burden.
Luther Burden, number 27 to the Baltimore Ravens. Twan Don, number 28, the Detroit Lions.
So listen, in this situation with Detroit, my man just took Luther Burden over there, but
Yeah.
Detroit is not going to let Emeka Ibuka out of Ohio State pass by, and the chance to link him up with St. Brown, that could get ugly, man. So I'm taking
That
Ibuka.
actually is pretty lethal for the Lions, man.
Yeah.
Let me see. Now we're up to Cole. Cole.
Yeah,
was
Cole.
after. Yeah, Cole and then Evan. Cole, the Washington Commanders at number 29.
Love this pick for them, man. I'm going Donovan Ezaraku going to Washington.
That ain't bad pick at all.
Damn, that is fucking nasty.
That's
That
nasty.
motherfucker ain't gonna be up there that long.
Nope.
Evan, Buffalo Bills at number 30.
My picks were easy.
Yeah.
What receivers are left?
You got shit.
Now remember,
Jaden
they're having a contract dispute with their running back.
Yeah, so right now the highest
James Cook, you mean?
wide receiver is Jaden Higgins on the board.
Jaden Higgins, Trey Harris, and Jalen Noel, both of them from Ohio State.
But you're picking at 30. You're gonna reach all the way to. You're picking at 30.
Exactly.
Jaden Higgins might be a little bit of a reach, but he's still a great player.
That motherfucker's a beast.
I could see
better
him.
fucking believe it, bud.
If there was a receiver that jumped into the first round that nobody was expecting, I would think it would probably be Jaden.
Yeah, I agree with him, man. Dude, and him.
Noel.
I would running back.
Hey, who's the wide receiver they drafted last year? Keon Coleman.
Yeah.
Yeah, him and Coleman. That would be.
But that'd be nasty, and they both six.
Yeah,
they both 6'5", 6'4".
Yeah,
jumping up 19 picks.
You can't always go based on just because you see it on the draft website.
Yeah.
You can't base it off that.
Yeah,
true. But I get that. But I'm also looking at the longevity of keeping Josh Allen, right? I mean, I'm not trying to discourage you, but Marion Hampton is sitting there, the running back.
But that's
They don't need a running back though. They already got that number one running back.
No, they don't. They don't have.
They don't have a running back.
They have James Cook. Did you not see what I said?
James Cook is holding out for a massive contract.
That is true.
And their backup is Ty Johnson.
But he gonna get it though. He's definitely gonna get it.
He ain't got it yet. And if I'm them on draft day and Mara Hampton is sitting there, I'm gonna draft him.
Yeah.
The thing is about it is
That's what I'm.
They haven't gotten Josh Allen, a number one weapon. They haven't gotten even with Stephon. I mean, Stephon they just got rid of, but even in his last year, he wasn't even necessarily a number one for him. And they haven't.
That's what I'm saying.
Last year, he was missing a number one receiver. His receiving core, Khalil Shakir played better than anybody thought he was gonna. But even still, they still don't have a true number one.
But as a organization,
What are the D
I can
linemen left?
I can move back up in the second round to go get Higgins. Your
Derek
running back is you're
Mhm.
already having negotiation issues. You got a great running back sitting there. Why wouldn't you take him? That's all
Well,
I'm
James
asking.
Cook is not a pop. James Cook is not going to sit out,
I
even if they
don't.
can't come
It's
to a
not.
conclusion.
All
It
right, so
don't matter.
remember though, it is Evan's pick. So Evan, the wide receiver there is still there. Higgins, Omarion Hampton is still there. Derek Harmon is still there. Maxwell Harrison is still there. All of those are sort of positions of need for them as well. So who are we taking, man?
Shit, Royals and Isaiah Bond still out there.
True.
They second round picks. We in the first
This
round.
one's a tough one. This one is definite. It's a tough one. Not even like I get the dispute thing, but I'm still not being sold on the running back, really. Not even because like a running back's a reach here. I'm just not being sold on it. Like there's nothing you can say right now to
That
sell.
motherfucker ain't sitting out.
I ain't being swayed from like Amari, and I'm not taking anything away from Amari Hampton. He's a great player, but they clearly have bigger needs, and I feel like they definitely will get to a conclusion with James Cook. Like I don't know how much he's asking for or whatever, but I think they're gonna get there. And honestly, I'm gonna go with because who's
It's gonna be hard
this
to
one's a
get there
tough
when your
pick.
quarterback taking 80% of your money.
Yeah. Well, yeah, and they just extended Josh Allen too.
Yeah, he's the highest paid quarterback. It's gonna be hard to get there. I mean,
gonna-
Harrison's sitting there too. They need that.
Yeah.
Man, it's tough because I know they have Ed Oliver still. I'm trying to figure out who they have on the interior.
Interior defensive line. They have Daquan Jones and Ed Oliver. Daquan Jones used to be with us. He's 33 years old.
Yeah, he's trash.
Honestly, I'm not gonna go receiver or running back. I'm gonna go Derek Harmon.
That's a good pick.
They need interior help. I mean, if that's it on the interior, that I think that's who they should go for.
Smart move.
That's a really good pick.
Gotta find a way to get to Mahomes. Smart move.
All right, Jake the Snake, 31, Kansas City Chiefs.
Oh hell.
Yeah, so they would either go offensive lineman, more than likely, but they can't pass up Amarion Hampton. That's the pick.
Damn, Martin Hampton and Isaiah
getting sacked again a bunch in the Super Bowl.
All right. These
They can't get sacked if he's handing the ball off.
Rounding us out.
Hey, but they can just run past the line.
I want another pick. Let's get going.
The Philadelphia Eagles.
Let's do second round too.
Right.
Yeah, this is fun. Let's do second round.
It's too late. I can't do it now. I only said it for one. But next time, maybe we will. Diesel Skills, you get the final pick of the first round. The defending Super Bowl champions, Philadelphia Eagles. Who are they taking, man?
I mean, the only thing that makes sense to me for Philadelphia would be Nick Scorton. That guy is an unreal athlete coming out of Texas A&M. If I was the Eagles here in this position, I would go Nick Scorton as a developmental player for that already incredible defensive line. They lost some pieces during free agency, of course, after winning the Super Bowl, but I think Nick Scorton can come in and contribute to that rotation on the defensive line for the Super Bowl champs.
Okay.
All right, man. Let me save this right quick.
Hey, Cody, can I?
Here we are, man. This is the first ever full 32 team mock draft that we've done, boys. I think we did a pretty damn good job, don't you think?
Yeah. We didn't even get them shitty players either.
Yeah, everybody got someone good. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Man, so what? Yeah, go ahead, Pop.
I'm gonna, before we start this draft, I'm gonna make a hot take, and a lot of people ain't gonna like what I'm about to say. So watch your pearls.
All right.
You know how we compare certain quarterbacks to other quarterbacks, like you had your Cam Newton compared to Josh Allen, you got Johnny Manziel compared to Baker at one point.
Yeah.
Do you know who I compare to Jalen Hurts, but has a bigger arm and probably just as much athletic as him? You ain't
Miro.
gonna like it.
Bryce Young.
Jackson Dart. Jackson Dart.
Jackson Dart.
Ooh, hey,
I've heard that.
Jackson Dart, bro,
I've heard that. I've heard
yeah,
that
I have.
before.
Let me tell you, I don't mind Jackson Dart. Jackson Dart's a big. And by the way, shout out
What
to
a bigger
uh,
arm.
shout out to repping 704 Charlotte Bound Eric's Claire. She was in the chat earlier and she said Jackson Dart to Pittsburgh.
I can see it.
I used to say that, but I
They better
I
measure his
believe they
hand.
like Milrow better. I like Jackson Dart better than Milrow, but I truly believe they like
I
Milrow
do
better.
too.
Well, there's a lot of people that are giving first round buzz to Jackson Dart.
Yeah,
Yeah, Milrow can't.
I
Milrow
believe
can't do
Jackson
what
Dart.
Jackson Dart can do.
I believe Jackson Dart will be a first round pick, but I
The
don't
thing is
believe the
about Jackson
Steelers.
Dart is
I
he's
think
actually accurate.
I believe Jackson Dart will be drafted by the Saints.
But remember, though, the same thing that's true for Jackson Dart coming out that was for Matt Corral, too, is that he comes from a spread offense. So it's not designed for him to have to go through reads very much. So that's really what's going to be the question for Dart is can he consistently read NFL defenses, whereas Jalen Milrow playing in Alabama, played in a pro-style offense, maybe he is a little bit further ahead in that regards after 2 years
No,
in Alabama's offense. I don't know.
I think Milrow hurt himself in the combine because if you're looking at him, I mean, it's the Panty Olympics. He was struggling to complete plays to receivers with nobody on him. He struggled that whole day. That combine didn't help him out, bro.
No. The only reason why I say Milrow is because I listen to XM radio, Sirius XM NFL radio all day because that's the only thing I can listen to now that makes any damn sense. I don't want to listen to WFNZ's basketball shit. So I just don't. I just not smacking on basketball. That's just not my thing. So I don't listen to it. And I've listened to tons of beat reporters all over the league chat. And the guy for the Steelers said that he's 100% convinced they'll take Jalen Milrow. He said they brought him in countless times. They even Jalen Milrow's agent quoted to him, he's already looking at houses in the Pittsburgh area.
Oh Lord!
And
how about this? Hold on. Let me bring it back to this though. What are some of the best picks of this draft that we just did? So I'll say some of the ones that pick out to me. I think Mike Green to the Cowboys is a really good pick that I could definitely see them, wanting to pair an edge rusher like that with Micah Parsons. And they haven't paid Micah yet, too.
I think everybody in our division had a good draft. The first
yeah,
round.
man. So the New Orleans Saints got Jalen Walker. Damn, that one does hurt.
Yeah. Well, you know how it is. The Falcons. Now, see, in this draft, speaking for myself, I took the best available player compared to what I thought their needs was. The next one, I may actually draft who I think they're going to take, and it won't be on this list of best available.
Yeah, I mean, they only got 4 picks, so
you're right. You're right. I want more.
I got some breaking. I got some breaking news, but it ain't breaking news for Pickle though. But University of Tennessee's quarterback, Pickle's quarterback, is trying to sit out and hoping that Tennessee pays him more money or he's going to transfer.
Yeah, well, they should pay more money. Everybody else get more money. Listen, let me throw this out to everybody.
Top over here.
So you got kids in college now.
Let me throw this out to you. How long will it be before there's trades in college football?
Yeah, but see now it basically is. But now you got college kids holding out and not showing up. He didn't show up to spring practice.
If he goes to Clemson, they might be in the championship.
Yeah, it's what I told somebody else on Twitter today. I said, don't think this is the end of it, y'all. This is only the beginning. If James Pierce holds out and gets what he wants, whether it's Tennessee, James Pierce, what did I say? If Nico holds out and gets what he wants, either with Tennessee or somebody else, do y'all really think that'll be the only holdout that happens?
No.
I like
It's
it
going to
though,
spread
man.
like
Dude,
wildfire.
how about this?
Fact.
The landscape of college football has changed forever, and it's
And
never,
it's
Oh yeah.
not good. It's
yeah,
not good,
it's
in my
never going
opinion.
to be
Oh,
the
I
same.
like it. I like
Well,
it. I
the one
saw
thing
the
is this:
games are way better
hold up,
last year.
I see both sides of it, right? And that, I also think college should be college, but I also want people to get paid what they deserve. My worry is that this will have a lot of entitled players who think that they're worth more than they are. Like Pickle, based on what you saw, was Nico a cannot miss, must have prospect for y'all
Oh
last
no,
year?
hell no! I'd tell him to take what he's got or walk his skinny ass
Yeah,
home.
so it's like,
If it's me, but
all I'm saying is that I
it's
see
easier
both
for me to
sides of the
say that
argument.
standing in front of a computer
But
screen
hey, yeah.
than it is for the coach and
So
GM.
listen, before we do the Panthers mock draft, my boy Diesel Skills wanted me to comment on this. Deshaun Watson says he will come back better than ever, despite everyone doubting him. Everyone,
I said that last year.
everyone don't think I can get back to where I was, but I know and I believe that the work I put in, that I believe in myself, I know I'm going to be way better than before. My thing
That's
is
what he
this.
said last year.
Yeah, my thing is this. What would anyone expect him to say at this point in time? I feel like it would do him no good to say, yeah, man, my football career is over, Yeah, but I made all my money, though. The Browns are going to pay me forever, so I'm sitting pretty. No, like, to me, he has to show this level of determination. Remember, Jimmy Haslam has already been on record saying that they fucked up and that it was on him and that he regrets going to get Deshaun Watson. So,
Oh yeah,
now
he said it.
you have
He said a
everyone,
specific phrase too. He
And
said,
you have everyone against you. And this is my final thoughts. You have everyone against you. One, you better believe that you're not done and that you're going to try and come back. And number two, if the Cleveland Browns do draft Shador Sanders, like we're thinking that they might, I don't know if Deshaun ever plays another snap of football.
"Oh no, he's not gonna play at Cleveland no more." Look, you know what though?
Yeah, but who would trade for him?
Put him. Well, nobody's got to pay him a whole lot of money because Cleveland already did that. Yeah, but listen to this. Yeah, ain't nobody gonna trade for that. But listen,
No.
put his ass behind Bryce Young.
Hell no. Never mind. Go ahead.
No, listen. Bryce Young said, they said Bryce Young performs the best when he got some heat on his ass.
Pickleback got in trouble.
Let him sit behind Bryce.
And you know what kind of heat? You know what? If I was Bryce Young, I'd go get some lead underwear. This dude behind your ass.
Shit, what's the name?
Because
Hey, look,
that's the only competition he gonna give Bryce Young. If Bryce Young shouldn't bend over in the shower when that dude's around. How's that? Now listen, I was just saying this.
Well, they didn't say he was into boys. Pickle.
Well, no, I'm not. I'm just saying, if I was Bryce Young, I'd be scared to have that dude behind me. Now, I only said that, and I'll be nice. I'll be nice. I'm sorry. I shouldn't went down that road. I'll be nice. Listen, I respect him wanting to believe that, but here's my point: Deshaun Watson, you say that after the owner said openly what he thought. Why didn't you say that before? Why didn't you say it 2 years after? Why? I mean, the Browns have sucked since you've been there. They're in worse shape now than they were before you got there. Fact. And finally, they decided to move on from your ass. Then you come out with this video. Too little, too late, dude.
No, it's not.
I'm an NFL owner. I'm not even picking you up to be a dummy on my practice squad.
Is that our boy Christian?
Yeah, Pickle. Before in life, right? Have you ever had a whole bunch of people count you out?
Yes.
Cody, have you ever had a bunch of people count you out?
Yes.
I mean, you only go as far as what you believe. It's never too late to say that you can be better.
Right, and I'm not, like I said, I'm not against what he said.
It's never too late.
And
I'm just saying it's never too late.
All, yeah, and it ain't. Because whether I like it or not, whether whoever likes it, soon as he hits free agency, somebody's going to call him up. It may not be exactly when he hits free agency, but somebody's going to give him another opportunity in a practice squad or a something, and he's going to get on there. Christensen, my friend, tell me what you think, brother.
What's up, gentlemen? Long time no see.
Dropping gems back on the free for all. What's up, dude?
How much, man? Just gonna enjoy draft weeks here coming up.
Yeah.
Thought I'd hop on in and see what you guys are saying.
Oh, dude, we're just in time. We're about to do a 7-round mock draft.
I gotta say, man.
Carolina Panthers.
I gotta say, Mason Graham. I'm just not into it.
No, I ain't either, brother.
I'm not into
it.
Hey, hear me out. Hear me out. I'm getting lubed up. It's been a while since I've been on a live chat. Dude, we got Derek Brown coming back. We got Bobby Brown. We got Ashawn Robinson. We got the Wharton guy.
Yeah.
We have okay. I know we didn't like Shy Tuttle in the nose. I hated him, but now we could use him at 3-4 defensive end. We got Jaden Crumity. Come on. We really want Mason Graham?
Mason Graham gonna sit anyway. He ain't gonna stop.
Dude.
No, I think he could. Honestly, I would probably have rather picked Jalen Walker, even though I picked Mason Graham. But I think Mason Graham, because of how high you pick him, even though you paid Wharton, I think he's either right behind him and Derek Brown, or he's starting over Wharton.
And my thing is this: Graham, to me, has a much higher ceiling than those dudes. But I hear what you're saying, though. Like, there is a part of it that is a little bit redundant. I feel like defensive tackle was probably the most serviced throughout free agency. So I understand, man. And a lot of people are. But
hear me out, though.
With this draft, though, a lot of people are not sold with a bunch of the players that are looking to be drafted in the top 10.
Okay, I get that he's, a top talent at his position, but there's also top talents at other positions that we could actually use more and use more often. Jalen Walker being one of them. But dude, if I have to speak for Tyler Warren. Tyler fucking Warren.
Hey, look. I'm about to get out this bitch, bro. You hear me, Cold Dog? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I know Twan hit me too. I'm about to get out this bitch right now. But goddamn, hey, what's the last subject?
We're just gonna do another Panther mock draft, bro. So you can say whatever you want before you sign off, man.
I might stay for that. I might stay for that. Yeah, I might stay for that. Go ahead.
Let's jump into this damn thing, bro. We got Christian.
I might stay for that.
Yeah, we got lots. We're about to do a full Panthers 7-round mock draft with trades. Boys, y'all ready to do the damn thing? And remember, this is the only one for the Panthers that we're doing today. So let's make it count, gentlemen. We're going to do the same thing. Once it gets to the Panthers, we're going to go in opposite order every single time. So dropping gems, Christian, you're going to be the first vote, and we're going to go all the way up to Pickle. Then the next time the Panthers are on the clock, we're going to start with Pickle and then end with Christian. I have the order on my Streamyard. Right?
Yeah.
Does everyone understand the rules? Y'all ready, man?
Yeah.
Y'all ready, man?
Let's do this.
Yep. 3, 2, 1. Let's draft.
Now, don't be any stupid picks, draft.
All right, let's start.
I don't work well with others.
It's actually kind of realistic there.
Now,
go to hell.
Bro, but look, okay.
Hell no, man.
Look at
They're
that.
giving us all that. You know damn well in the same division they're giving us all that.
How many of you would like to entertain this trade offer with New Orleans to get the 48th pick, the 9th pick, 131 and 248?
No, let's rephrase that. Why would you not entertain that?
Yeah.
In a realistic world, that would never happen.
Nope.
So
we're being realistic, though.
Yeah, but that's what we have to ask. Are we doing realistic? Are we doing fantasy football?
I want to do realistic.
It could be realistic.
I want to do realistic.
And here's why it could be. If someone else is trying to jump the Saints to get a player, maybe the Saints offer us a little bit more.
Yeah,
are they going to offer a team in their same division more?
But see, that's what I'm saying. When we wanted, y'all got to remember, when we wanted Sean Payton, the Saints said for you it's going to cost you a lot more, and they were bluntly open about it. So in reality, if the Saints offered me this, I would say we want your first next year.
So
You
we're
ain't gonna get that.
Then I'm keeping it. Then
All
I'm
right,
You
keeping
ain't
it.
gonna get this.
all right, listen, unless someone can make a better argument to why we should vote to do this, speak up now or forever hold your damn peace.
Rejected.
Ooh, yo, he
Reject.
That
shut
shit
your
is
mouth.
not.
All right.
That shit's not realistic.
All right, boys. So the board as it stands, Ashton Genty, Mimbo, we have Jalen Walker, Tyler Warren, Will Johnson, Jade Barron, Shamar Stewart, Michael Williams.
Jalen Walker.
All right, Christian, you're up
So
first.
I'm sticking to my board. I'm going, and I'm going to explain it just for a second here. I'm going
Yeah,
Tyler
man.
Warren because of all those edge players you guys talk about, and everyone's talking about, and they're having visits in. You wait for one to fall to you in the second round, or move up in the second round, and you take a difference maker on offense that can help Bryce, help the running game, help keep getting first downs, help in the fucking red zone. And I get that the defense sucked last year, but they have said they're taking the best player available, and they're not going to like pigeonhole themselves into just needing one position. And all these fucking experts talking about how they need to go defense, they need to do this. No, dude, this I say my vote's for Tyler Warren, but
All right. No, well, very well said. I think there is no pick that helps our offense more right now than Tyler Warren. So that's one for Warren. Popping.
All right.
Walker, Tet, Will Johnson, Shamar Stewart.
Yeah, that's why I'm stuck at what I think they're gonna do and what I want to do.
Yeah, I agree.
Even though Jalen Walker's right there, I still think they're gonna take Ted.
Oh, so one for
Oh wow.
Tyler Warren, one for Tet McMillan. Cole,
My
what's
reason,
you, bro?
my reasoning is because since it's such a deep defensive draft,
Yeah.
this would be the single piece that every Carolina Panther who watches every game
Yeah.
cannot put up an excuse for Bryce Young.
Ooh, okay.
But why are we doing everything around him?
Listen, Twan. It's
It's
that
got to be
one
best for the
because
team.
listen, I understand that, but he's not going to hurt the team by far. He's not going to hurt the team. The problem is that I don't want to hear the excuses, and Panther fans don't want to hear excuses either. They're going to make an excuse if he plays terrible this year. They're going to say, "What? He don't have a number one wide receiver. We don't have a definite number one." Well, you got a guy sitting right there who's giving you 1,300 yards 2 years in a row, who played with a terrible quarterback, who's the same size and same weight class as Bryce Young. So it's no different than what he's used to already.
It doesn't mean Ted McMillan gonna give you college
Well,
numbers
all
and
right,
improve in his first year.
remember, once we get to your pick, you can try and sway everybody to vote your way or either change their pick, but they got to be willing to do so. So,
My
He
last
wants to
I ain't
thing,
trying to
sway
sway.
Lily's pick.
my
Yeah.
last thing too, just to throw cherry on top. You got Adam Thielen leaving probably after this year. He has 1 year to sit there with a veteran. If he does have an issue with watching tape, you have a veteran there with more to help him get acclimated to the NFL and really see how it is to be a pro.
Well, let's get Jalen
well,
Noel in the second round then.
let's go one at a time, but we'll get everyone.
He'll be gone at 50. He'll be gone
Cole,
at that
what
50.
say you, bro?
My
I don't
pick.
think so.
I want Tyler Warren, but the correct answer is Jalen Walker. I'm going Jalen Walker.
All right, so we got one for Walker, one for Tet, one for Warren. Locks, man, what say you, bro?
Hey, you already know I'm gonna get on Twan ass because that nigga said he wanted Ted at first, but now he changing goddamn his size. But if if you want if if you want me to go with the Panthers, I think they're gonna go with Jalen Walker. But like I said, I want them to go with goddamn Will Johnson. But I think they're gonna go with goddamn that dude Jalen Walker. But goddamn Twan know what it is. He said Ted at first, but now he's switching sides now. So pick your
Man, that was
sides,
like
Warren. Go ahead.
that was a month ago though, Lux.
But Lux, who are you? Lux, who are you casting your vote for? Walker
Who am I catching
or
my vote for? Huh?
yeah? Who are you voting for right here?
He said the Panthers going to take Jalen Walker. That's what he said.
I thought he said Will Johnson.
Yeah, well, he said Walker. I
wanted
to make sure he.
What I said is, I think the Panthers are going to go with Jalen Walker, but if I had to pick, I'm going with Will Johnson. But I think they're going with Jalen Walker. That's what I said.
So we have 2 for Walker, 1 for Warren, 1 for Tet. Twan, you're up, bro. Make your pick. Who we taking?
Yeah, Walker.
Right.
A disclaimer though. And this is just my opinion. I don't think Tyler Warren going in the first round.
Lord have mercy.
I'm telling you.
What the fuck are you talking about?
I'm only going. Oh, he's gonna go late in the first round. Listen, the guy had one good year, and y'all kissing his balls, bro. He's just had one. He ain't got no
Much more than that. Who are you voting for?
1 year.
Wait, who?
Jalen Walker.
I said
Jalen Walker easily.
Okay, so we got 3 for Walker. Evan, what say you, bro?
Let me ask you, Cody. Are we able? So we obviously didn't accept any of the offers to trade down, but are we able to look at a possible trade down ourselves?
Yeah. I mean, I won't tell you no, but everyone has to be in consensus.
Fuck, man.
Well, yeah, I understand that. I'm more just asking because I feel like it would be intriguing to possibly trade down here. Even though we'd have to find a spot where we would
but I even said let's do it this way. When I asked most people earlier what they wanted to do, most people were like kind of not wanting to trade back.
No.
Instead, they were talking about trading up from 7. So I say let's pick someone and then let's identify a person that we might want to move up for if they fall to a certain spot.
Mm-hmm.
But what you want to do, Evan?
As much as I disagree with that of not trading back, I think trading back is intriguing because you could get an early 2nd round pick depending on how far you go down, and then you wouldn't have to trade up. So that's the main reason I say that, and you could probably still get a guy that you want here. But if I had to go with anybody, I got to go with Jalen Walker.
All right, Jalen Walker. That's 4 diesel skills.
Yeah, I'm here. I don't know why we got to get weird and talk about people's balls or whatever, but we ain't done a mock draft where we draft Tyler Warren. You know, we got Jalen Walker last week, and then we tried to trade back and get Jalen Walker last week too, but it didn't work out. Somebody took him right before us. So this time I wanted to do something different and actually get a really good blocker in Tyler Warren, because the chat earlier was blowing up when we were talking about Dave Canales and the running game and like who's blocking at tight end. You know, we got Tommy Tremble, but JT ain't the best blocker in the world. We need a better blocking tight end and somebody that can also cross over and play H-back as well. And that'll really set off this running game. Like, we don't ever put enough emphasis on the fact that we got a top 5 running back duo in the NFL. And there's not like any kind of doubt about it whatsoever, because you had the 6th best rusher in the NFL, the top paid offensive line in the NFL this year, and you added Rico to it. He had 1,000 yards last year for the Cowboys. And our offensive line is comparable to the Cowboys at this point. So you grab a guy like Tyler Warren, who could come in and do quarterback sneaks, these types of things for Bryce Young, and he's a threat in the passing game as a jump ball winner for sure. And he can take some snaps where he's the lead blocker as well out of that pistol formation that a lot of Panthers fans freaking hate. We need to load up at the positions that make sense. Tyler Warren here, we haven't done it before. Give him an opportunity. I think if Dave Canales is willing to give him the chances on the field, he would show us why he's the player that we should draft at number 8 overall.
Bring the push to Carolina.
So look, here's where we stand now. So there's 4 for Walker, and we have 2 for Tyler Warren. If Jake and Panther Pickle both say Tyler Warren, then it goes to a tiebreaker, in which I will break the tie.
Well, I know Jake ain't gonna say that shit.
Yeah,
So.
yeah, it's not gonna happen. It's Jalen Walker.
No, they.
Jalen Walker.
No,
I'm
they.
sorry, y'all. Dan Morgan and company has fallen in love with Jalen Walker, man. I'm sorry. That's the pick. That's the pick.
All right, Panther Pickle. What were you going to say? But it don't matter. We're picking Walker.
Yeah, it don't matter anyway. I was going to say Tyler Warren because you can't tell me that the running back game is going to get better with the tight ends we have. You're not going to convince me that we're really going to be a run-first offense unless we have tight ends who can block. As much as I like Tommy Tremble and Sanders, they ain't good blockers anymore.
Yeah, man.
Now let's also be real. Okay, as much as we want to hype up the late round or the second round edge rushers, you can't tell me that they're worse than Jalen Walker. So I would pick Tyler Warren just because his skill set fits what we want more. And
so can I
be honest, you're not going to get a better blocker in the second round than you are Tyler Warren. Not complete tight end wise. Comparable that you could get an edge rusher just as good as Jalen Walker in the second round.
For everybody that likes Tyler, for all the people that like Tyler for his blocking, would y'all be opposed to the Carolina, not in the draft, but going out and getting a fullback?
I think we can find a fullback, but
name the fullback.
It's not really something that I'm worried about.
There's a lot of wannabe fullbacks, but there's not a lot.
All right, but let's get through some of this draft. We got 7 rounds, boys. So look, I have Chuck in the background. Somebody is gonna have to swap with Chuck. I want to get Chuck in. Locks,
hey, Kodo.
Yeah.
Hey, Kodo. Hey, I'm going to get off this bitch right here. You hear me? I'm gonna let them Chuck get on.
I appreciate you, man.
I'm gonna be listening though. You hear me?
Yeah, man, I appreciate you, brother. You have a great weekend, dude.
Hey, it was good talking to you, Locks.
All right, later, Locks. All right, let me welcome in Chuck. Chuck, what's up, bro?
Yeah, how's it going, man? I go by Chooks now.
Chooks, what's up?
Chooks, yeah. How's it going?
Chooks.
I'm in St. Louis right now. St. Louis.
Nice. What's up, man? How you been?
I've been good. And you can really, I know I'm getting off the rails here, but you can really tell, like, when there's no professional football team here, like, it's the difference between a city that has a professional football team and one that doesn't.
No one cares.
You can tell. Yeah. They're all Chiefs fans here. Anyway,
so yeah, we're doing a 7-round mock draft. Right. Eventually, I'm going to count your vote on who we're going to pick at every different selection. Now, I have it paused right now, boys. Is there a certain player that you would be interested in trying to move up for that you would potentially want us to go up if they don't fall to a 57? So, for example, Donovan Izaraku is someone who, if they fall, I think that we should be aggressive to try and move up.
You know what, Cody? I've been thinking about it. Yeah, that would be good. Tyler Warren and Desiraku. Like, to be honest with you, enough of the wide receiver game. If XL's going to develop, let him develop. Let's get a tight end as the difference maker.
Why couldn't you join like 3 minutes before that?
You really should have been in. It was between Jalen Walker and Tyler Warren, and Walker.
Hey, can we change his vote since he left?
No. We probably should.
But I gotta say, we just took an edge guy. Now,
but he's also an off-ball linebacker too, so he's not. Yeah. He might not even be a full-time edge.
I'm not even upset that y'all want Warren, because I know we ain't gonna get him, and that's what gives me grace.
So hey, is there? Y'all want me to just let it run, or do y'all want me to try to target someone?
Donovan Izaraku.
We'll keep letting it run until it gets closer to the second round.
Like try to target 30s.
30s or 40s or maybe even 20s. Yeah, let's see what kind of firepower we got straight up.
Sure. So y'all tell me when you want me to pause, okay? I'm
Donovan
gonna
Izaraku.
I'm gonna unpause it right now.
Not on the aim. I'm in worry, bro.
Would you be able to scroll up?
Yeah, let's see. Stop it. Let's see what we can do. Let's see if we can go up and get a guy. We got all these fifth round picks. We don't need them on this mock draft right here. Let's get some good players.
All right, so this is
Raku gone?
No, he's right
No,
there.
Donovan Izaraku's right there, man.
Oh yeah, there he is.
All right, let's do a trade.
So the Eagles draft 32. That's who's slotted. That's where he's slotted to go at 32. If you want to go with maybe the Chiefs and get above them.
Well, so like so Buffalo's on the clock right now. We can go Buffalo right now. If y'all want to try. Or we can try to wait another couple picks. But again, they start moving fast. Y'all, so by the way, we're at pick 30. You want to see if he lasts?
You better not wait. Left out the dry like last week.
All right, so who wants to try and trade right now?
Let's trade right now.
All right, we're going to go real fast. Christian, trade, yes or no?
No.
No, we got one no. Poppin', yes or no?
Yeah. Yes.
We're 1-1. Cole.
Yes.
So we're 2-1. Twandon.
What are we doing?
We're either trying to trade up or we're going to try and see if Donovan Izaraku slips to the second round. You want to trade right here, yes or no?
Yeah, trade up.
All right, that's 2-2. Evan, what say you, bro?
I would say trade up, but I would honestly almost say possibly even look like let's not for the Buffalo Bills, but maybe even try to trade with the Eagles, just because that would be just inside the first round, so it would be less value, so we wouldn't have to give up as much.
You do want to trade though.
Yeah.
Okay, so so what's the count? Christian said no. Poppin said yes. Cole, you said yes. Twan said yes. So that's 3 yes, 4 yes for Evan. Diesel Skills, what say you?
Yeah, bro, I brought it up. I don't want to wait for all these 4th and 5th rounds picks. Let's pick in the middle of the draft, bro.
All right, that'll do it. Jake, what say you though?
Let's do it.
Jake, you're muted. I don't know if you know.
Can you not hear me? Hello?
Yeah, now, yeah. Yeah, we hear you now. Can you hear us? Okay, cool. All right, so we're gonna trade.
Hello.
Let me ask you this: Am I going to be last?
Yeah, but we've decided to trade though. We just have to determine if it's going to be Buffalo, Kansas City, or Philadelphia that we want to trade with.
Well, it don't matter now. You've got all your votes to trade, don't you?
My bad. My camera was messing up. My bad.
So I mean, yeah, I want to trade, but my vote don't matter anyway. You've already got all you need.
So what y'all want to trade with? Buffalo? Or y'all want basically right now it's Buffalo or Kansas City or Philadelphia. I say Buffalo.
Wait. Buffalo already picked. If you look,
no, they did.
Buffalo,
So,
it has to be KC or the Eagles.
All right, Kansas City. Let's go Kansas City. What do y'all want to try and do? Give them 57. We want 131. What y'all want to give them, boys? Y'all want to do 111?
Second, third.
Yeah, give him 111.
Yeah, that'd be good.
Give him a fourth.
We need to give them one more.
Give him 140.
Give him the damn 7th. We don't need it.
Give him that first 5th.
You tried the 7th, but I don't think that's going to get it far enough. Go ahead.
I don't think it is either.
No, it's not enough.
It doesn't even get anything. Give him the 140.
And then give him the 5th.
Damn, they're even saying that's not enough.
Damn.
What about?
You're trading. It's costing you more because you're trading back into the first round. Let's understand that. That's what's costing you more.
So do y'all want to
wait 10 picks or something?
All right, y'all want to try and wait?
The intriguing thing about it is getting that 5th-year option, honestly. But
Yeah,
At this point,
that's
it's
true.
almost too much, and that's why I say almost wait until like.
But dude, look,
the
if
Eagles
if I gave them our second, both of our fourth, and our earliest fifth, the website's saying it's still not enough.
What if we gave
So-
them a pick from 2020 or for 2026?
Yep.
No.
Give him the second.
Yeah, let's
third.
not do that. Let's not do
Yeah,
that.
That's
kidding.
realistic.
It is realistic. but yeah.
Let's look, Cody. If you give them their first, or if you give them
Why does it say
every
we don't
pick
have a
on
first
the
in
on
2026?
except
What the heck?
if you're giving them all what you just had it listed up there. Okay, you're giving them the second, both fourths, and a fifth, and they're still not enough.
Yeah.
I'm not giving them no more.
Fuck it. Don't give them. Fuck it.
I'm not giving them my entire
Yeah, I'm
draft
a
class.
pickle.
So, all right, do y'all want to
Because-
see if
Because
wanna
at that
see if
point, then they're
Donovan
winning,
falls?
not us.
No, yeah, go ahead. Fuck it. No, don't do it.
Yeah, the price was steeper than we thought. For real, look at that.
At that point, they're winning, not us.
All right, so I'm about to unpause it. Y'all have to tell me if you want me
Man,
to
go to
pause
50
and
seconds.
move up.
I can tell you.
Just go 10 picks.
Just go-
10 picks.
And go. Starks. As
Where
Rock
is
went
it,
off
the
the
rookie?
board.
Was that the Eagles who took him too?
Yep.
Of course.
All right, I pause it. Is there? You don't want to move? You don't want to stay where we are?
Stay.
We're at pick 45 right now.
Ah, shit.
Ain't
Stay.
nobody,
Stay.
ain't nobody on there I want.
Do y'all want me to
Has
look
anyone-
for someone? Or look
Has
for
anybody
someone?
taken I'm asking about the safety, Emin Word. Anybody took him?
Yeah, he's gone.
Yeah, that's what I
He's
thought.
gone.
Off the board.
You know, Burden though there.
Luther Burden's available.
I'm not
I
trading.
wouldn't trade. I wouldn't trade with the Dirty Birds. I would trade with the Cardinals, honestly.
Yeah, but Luther Burden, in reality, I'm not about this mock, but in reality, he'll be available in the third or fourth round.
Really? You think so, Pickle?
Yeah, because over what just happened.
What
What
happened?
did he do?
Are you
All right, hey
familiar?
boys,
He was arrested.
I'm gonna unpause it. I'm just gonna let it go.
Go ahead. There ain't nobody there I want.
All right.
Trey Amos right there. Well, he's gone there, man.
Fuck the Patriots. Y'all want to move back?
Now the Bills want to trade.
Y'all want to move back?
What players on the board? What
Can
players
we
on
see
the
who's
board?
on the board?
That's what I'm saying. We're loaded up with these fourths and these fifths. It's easier to draft now than later if we can.
If I exit out of this, it won't show me the trades.
Let's just come up and take Carson.
They're trying to give us all their picks from next year. Heck nah. Hell nah.
So reject Buffalo.
Yeah, all that's real unrealistic.
Yeah, but-
yes,
yeah.
reject it. None of that's realistic anyway.
All right, boys, we're on the clock. So we started with Christian last time. We're gonna start at the top with Pickle. Pickle, what say you, man? Who we voting for?
Go to safety.
Andrew Mukuba. Not mad at that.
Go to middle linebacker. Go to linebacker.
Carson Swetzinger.
It's gonna be Carson.
Demetrius Knight.
Yeah, give me Swetzinger.
And we met
All
with him too.
One for Swetzinger. Jake, what say you?
Carson.
Every last one of y'all agree to pick Carson Swetzinger.
Two for
week.
Swetzinger. Diesel Skills, what say you, man?
That's what I said earlier. Trade up and get Carson. Yeah, we got him here at 57. That works out. Get
Yes,
Carson.
sir. 3 for Swetzinger. Evan.
Give me Barrett Carter.
3 for
No,
Swetzinger. 1
No, I'm
for
just kidding.
Carter.
I'm kidding. Give me Schlesinger.
Damn it, Evan. All right, that's 4 for
Maybe
Swetzinger.
later.
We don't take them Clemson fellas.
No, you're right about that. That fucking sucks.
definitely
Twan
Demetrius Knight. I seen this game. I don't know shit about Carson Swetzinger, and all y'all seen his
Not a bad
highlights.
pick either.
all right, 4 for
Demetrius
Swetzinger.
Knight, that's not a bad pick.
4 for Swetzinger, 1 for Knight. Cole, what say you, man?
I'm with Big Twan Don. Love Demetrius Knight and picking him.
So that's 4 for Swetzinger, 2 for
Damn.
Knight. Popping.
You can go with Schlesinger.
All right, that'll do it. But just for the sake of letting them have their say, Christian, what say you, man?
Who's still on the board at wide receiver? I'm just curious.
No one even looked at that. Jalen Noel, Isaiah Bond, Savion Williams. I'm a fan of Jalen Noel, by the way.
I'm a fan of
I like
Savion
Noel too.
Williams and
Yeah,
Kyle
me too.
Williams.
That's who I want.
Yeah, my second pick was gonna be wide receiver anyway.
Mine was too, but everybody wanted Schlesinger, so I didn't go against it.
Yeah, but everybody wants
But
We can trade up next
Oh
pick.
my god.
Well,
Just
he's
trade up
you
next pick.
got other picks. And then one of y'all will be first next time anyway. Still, you pick what you want.
So here's what I would do.
I mean, the first round, I pretty much didn't get a say in that decision. So
yeah, that's how it happens. If the vote,
I'm not complaining.
If it happens
That's
too
right.
lopsided too early.
Last.
Hold on. Let me get Christian. What's up, Christian?
I would, in this scenario, I'd probably go with wide receiver and target a safety in the third round, personally.
Yep.
All right, and then Chuck's just dropped out. If he comes,
I'm telling you guys. So keep an eye on Savion Williams. That's why I kind of don't like Ted as much at 8, because Savion Williams is, I think, could be better than him, and Kyle Williams is pretty good too.
All right, Carson Schlesinger is drafted though. That's another A.
Look, can I ask a question? Can y'all sell me on Carson Schlesinger? Man, UCLA didn't play until 11 o'clock at night. What is it that y'all know about this guy that y'all are willing to take him at second?
Dude,
he reminds me so much of Luke Kuechly's tackling ability. He runs to.
But did y'all watch the games? Did y'all watch the games, or did y'all watch highlights?
So listen, his gap assignment is second to none. He studies. He knows what the offense does. He wraps up. He never misses tackles. Sideline to sideline linebacker. Prototypical weight, 6'2", 245 pounds. And is strong. So the dude is a really good linebacker that you would be able to put next to Jalen Walker and Trevin Wallace. So I like him a lot. A lot of people like him a lot.
Okay.
So Buffalo wants to trade. Are we rejecting that? They're just giving us another fit.
Holy shit.
Yeah, fuck that. Reject.
I want to move up and take a wide receiver.
Bad. You guys want a receiver so bad. Jalen Noel's there.
Yep.
Yeah, Jalen Noel is.
Jalen Noel. Hell yeah.
Christian, you're first up.
Orioles.
Who do you got at safety and receiver? And
safety. Let's see.
Safety. Probably gone.
Well, the fact that Jalen Noel's there.
Yeah, Makuba's gone. Kevin Winston.
That's crazy.
Kevin Winston Jr., Billy Bowman.
I like Billy Bowman, but not here.
Yeah, right.
What about receiver?
Lathan Ransom's not bad.
Jalen Noel is one of the best players on the board right now.
Ain't no way in hell Noel will still be there.
Yeah, I agree.
There's no way.
I would go.
I'll take him now. I'll take him now.
Jalen Noel.
I honestly haven't really watched much of him. I know he's ranked high.
He ran like
is Kyle Williams still there?
Who's
at receiver?
Oh my God, Darian Porter still there?
I like Kyle Williams.
Yeah,
I would take him over Jalen Noel personally.
Jalen Noel. Some people are comparing him to a young Steve Smith. 5'9", he runs a 4.3. He's aggressive in his routes.
He's fast as shit.
Yeah, super fast. I like him.
If everyone else wants a receiver, I'll just lean towards receiver.
All right, so that's one for Jalen Noel popping.
Noel.
That's two for Noel. Cole. Big.
Let me see the wide receivers.
Jalen Noel, 64, Isaiah Bond.
Fuck it. Give me Isaiah Bond.
All right, that's two for Noel, one for Bond. Two for Noel, one for Bond. Don.
Noel.
All right, that's three for Noel and one for Bond. Evan, what say you, man?
Noel.
4 for Noel. Diesel Skills.
Draft everybody named Jalen.
Yeah.
It's so many Jalen's in this damn draft.
Oh,
crazy.
The snake, you can send it home.
Jalen.
Hey, Cody, before you pick, could we think about maybe using some of our late picks to move up for a safety?
Yeah, well, we have to pause it here in just a minute and decide where we want to move up to do it. But yeah, we can do that. But Jalen Noel is the pick. All right, so here's what we're going to do. If y'all want me to stop and pause the draft, y'all have to tell me. Otherwise, I'm just going to let it run. So we're drafting Jalen Noel. Here we go.
Another A.
Let it go for a little bit, and then
Yard, Sanders, Sampson.
once it gets to 90, maybe pause.
Yeah, I agree. That'd be perfect. Let's do that
right now.
Let's bundle up. Yeah, let's bundle up all the lower stuff.
There
and
he
see
is,
what we
Kevin
get.
Winston Jr., just at the bottom of the screen.
He'll be gone.
Kevin Winston Jr. is right there. So what y'all want to do? Who y'all want me to try to trade with? Or just right here at Kansas City? Or no, Philadelphia. Philadelphia.
Hell no, man. Hell no. I just looked up Carson Switcher's weaknesses, man. Fuck no. Y'all better look that shit up. Y'all better look this shit up. Hell no.
I've looked up. Every team has every player have weaknesses.
Has a weakness. And Luke Kuechly
Every player has.
He's got a lot of them.
And yeah, well, you can get a lot worse.
That sounds like Cap.
So you have to unselect the ones that
there you go. Too fast down.
All right, so we would like 96. Cool. I don't know if we're gonna have enough.
I'll give him like that last fifth.
We're giving him too much.
Give him all three of the fifths.
That's saying too much by just giving them 2 fourths.
If I give them all the fifths,
it still ain't working.
You have to give them one of the fourths and then give them a fifth.
What if we do?
There you
Would
go. There you go.
Would y'all do that?
Yeah, I would.
2 fifths, a fourth and 2 fifths. I personally wouldn't do it, but
that's too high.
That's too much.
They are winning when you do shit like that, bro.
And a lot of this is not realistic in real life because a team for us to move up where we want to move up in real life would be simple.
Cody.
But the computer makes it harder.
Yeah.
That's the design of the website.
Give them our first fourth and give them our second fifth and see if that's enough.
First fourth.
Second fifth. There you go.
Do y'all want to try it? It's not guaranteed to go through.
Nah.
Do y'all want to attempt it?
Yeah, just try it.
I would.
These?
Go for it.
All right, let's try, boys.
There you go.
Yeah, we did it. All right. Fuck these other offers.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, we're gonna take our guy. Let's take our guy. Let's go.
All right, Kevin Winston Jr.
Look
Right?
at Cam Scatterbo right there.
Cameron Williams.
Scatterbo. Y'all drive for Scatterbo right there, yo.
All right,
I would
got safety.
No, hey, so
if y'all want to tight end, there's Harold Fanning.
We still have to vote though, so we'll start from the top. Panther Pickle.
What'd you say?
I gotta go Winston. Now we traded up for him. If I say anybody else, everybody's gonna have a truck up ass.
Yep, you're right.
Just say who you want. Just say who you want, Pickle.
Just say who you want, bro.
Put him up there.
Pickle, just say who you want, bro.
Winston.
Who's the pick? Who's the pick?
Winston. Pickle.
Fourth. Fourth pick.
Jake, what say you?
Gonna go Winston.
Dizzo Skills. You say Winston, right?
Yeah, Western Train. Let's go, man.
Evan.
I'm gonna go Cameron Williams.
Damn. Okay, Twan
Harold Fanning Jr.
Okay, Cole.
Cam Scatterbo.
Poppin'.
Scatterbo Jangles.
Damn.
Man,
So that's 2 for Scatterbo and what? 3?
How many fucking running backs are y'all? What?
So, Christian, you can tie it up if you voted for Scatterbo. If not, Kevin Winston is the pick.
God damn! If this was Madden, I would go Scatterbo. I love him, but let's be real here, man. We need another safety, so I'd go Winston.
All right, Kevin Winston Jr., you are the pick at number 96.
Another
He's starting. He is absolutely starting.
Oh, yeah.
Yes, he is. He better.
Harold Fannin ain't no good. He's just a wide
damn.
receiver playing tight
Cameron
end.
Williams almost made it to our next pick.
It's pretty damn good at it though.
Well,
Hey,
he's
there's
just
some
a wide
players
receiver
available.
playing tight
No,
end. Can't really block all that when he ain't but 230 pounds.
All right, so look, we have 4 picks
Ertz
left.
Ferguson is
Right
there.
now, all four
That's
of
my pick.
our top picks have A's next to them.
Yep.
So we're doing good so far, boys. All right, we're at pick 114. What do we want to do? We're gonna go the opposite order. Christian, you're up first.
Oh man, who we got as a nose tackle? So like what?
Bobby Brown.
D-line?
Let me see.
I want
We
a
got
Fatty
Bobby Brown.
McFatterson.
Jordan Phillips,
Oh wait, in the draft. What am I talking about?
Jordan Phillips, C.J. West, Vernon Brofton, Jamari Caldwell, Aeneas Peebles. What a name, Aeneas Peebles. Cam Jackson.
Oh, dude.
We have met with him. He's ranked one. So he might be there.
Oh, he'll be there at 140, I think.
He might be there at 140.
I believe he will.
I vote for Cam Jackson at 140.
Damn.
Isn't he like over 400 pounds?
He's like 6'5", 300 plus. He's a big dude.
Yeah, he's a big dude.
No, I thought he was 400.
Who are we drafting at?
You know what? Let's. What about offensive tackle for? Shoot, but we have depth.
Yeah, see, that's what I'm. Well, the thing is, though, we might not have Moten after this year.
What about
We
the
met with
tight
that
end?
off the college guy.
Tight end. What do you got? Sorry, Cody.
Yeah, Ozzy Tripp.
No, you're good, man.
I'm like window shopping here.
You're allowed to.
Oh, Terrence Ferguson, man. That's my vote right there. Terrence Ferguson at 114.
All right, Terrence Ferguson.
Didn't we meet with him too?
That means your Cody, your cousin ain't gonna get drafted later. Sorry.
And that's fine. We've already drafted him in 2 mock drafts. He'll be okay. All right, so 1 for T. Ferg, popping bullets.
Who's the picks? Who's the choices?
So around 114, Jared Wilson is the interior O-line, Ozzie Trujillo at tackle, Terrence Ferguson at tight end, Kyle Williams at wide receiver, still available, Gunnar Helm, Will Howard.
I'm going offensive tackle.
Damn, Jared Wilson there. That's actually intriguing. Holy crap.
So you're voting for Ozzie Trujillo?
Yeah, I mean, because like Pickle said before, everybody on the offensive line just about is pretty much a free agent. So why not get somebody acclimated, you know what I'm saying, after 1 year and fill them in the spot? You're not going to be able to pay everybody. You're not going to be able to keep everybody. So, hey, he can get 1 year underneath his belt, and we can keep this O-line together. Or if we miss somebody, we got somebody to plug right on in. Plus, not only that, we got people that we re-signed that have, to me, injury issues. Can I say Corbett? Yeah, he has injury issues. Not only that, you got Christensen. He's been hurt several times. Hey, you need another body. So yeah, I'm going with the tackle.
All right, so that's Ozzie Trujillo. Wes Justin back on the free for all. What's up, Wes?
What's up? No voice
Chilling,
mod this
man.
time.
Yeah, man, that's cool. What player would you like to draft right here at 114, man? You can have me look at someone if you'd like me to. But right now we're voting. It's 1 for Terrence Ferguson, the tight end. We have 1 for Ozzie Trujillo. And then you're up, man.
Where does Ferguson play?
Tight end.
Oregon.
Okay, so that's the guy that I have heard of. Yeah, I'm gonna go Ferguson then. I've heard a lot about him.
All right, that's 2 for T. Ferg. Cole, what say you?
I'm taking Wilson, the lineman from Georgia.
Yes, sir.
Cole's always got to be different.
Okay.
Always got to be different. Twan, what say you, bro? Twan, you there?
Can y'all hear me?
Yeah, now.
We hear you now.
Oh, what are we doing now?
We're voting. It's between Ferguson, Ozzie Trujillo, and Jared Wilson.
So far.
Yeah.
Okay.
We have 2 for Ferguson, 1 for Trujillo, 1 for Wilson.
Let me see defensive line.
Jordan Phillips, C.J. West, Vernon Brofton, Jamari Caldwell, and Aeneas Peebles.
I'm taking Aeneas Peoples.
Now, he might be available later. You sure that's who you want right now?
Nah, that's too tight.
Nah.
But they got him right at 140. I'm taking Aeneas, but I mean, I'm probably not going to win. So,
all right, we have one for Aeneas. We still have two for Ferguson. Let me see, Evan.
Now I'm gonna go Jared Wilson, but I want to try to sell him here a little bit, and that's because honestly, if you look at it, we only have Moten for one more year, but we also only have every single guy on our roster that can play center on the team for one more year, and Jared Wilson is a dog in the middle. And he's a guy who probably should be gone in the third round, to be honest. I mean, I'm surprised that he's here, and if I'm being honest, we do need somebody to possibly replace Taylor Moten in the future, and Ozzie would be a great. He played right tackle in college as well, actually, but I think Jared Wilson and getting that last kind of piece on the O-line, the center is like the last piece that we really need for this O-line to succeed, because we have guys who aren't for sure future assets at center.
Yeah.
If Corbett stayed healthy, maybe he would be, but he hasn't proven that he can stay healthy. So I think I got to go Jared Wilson because of all that.
All right, Jerry Wilson. I agree. We need the center.
Hey,
I'm
can
not.
I
I'm
counter
not,
that
I'm
real
not mad
quick?
at that at all. Huh?
Can I counter that real quick before others vote?
Sure. Hurry up.
I get that offensive line. We're going to have people, potentially, we don't know yet, leaving down the road. They're still under contract, but we need fucking tight ends in the room today. So, it's good to
I agree
draft for
with
the
him.
future, but we've got, Brady Christensen who can back up Moten. I mean, heck, Moten might even be traded for all we know. Most likely not. But then, you have Cade Mays, you had Corbett at center. I don't know. I just think we need to tie it in more.
I agree with
Okay.
him. It's too early to be picking up
All
center.
right. Diesel Skills. It's still anyone's vote.
Right, I'm with you. Positional value, you go Ozzie right here. The Panthers already met with Ozzie, so Ozzie, oi, oi, oi.
Hey,
Oi, oi.
hey, that's two for Ozzie. Jake the Snake. It's tied up right now between Ozzie and Terrence Ferguson.
And Wilson.
I want to change my pick.
Yeah.
I want to change
Let's
my
go.
pick.
Wait. Did Wilson that? Twan,
Yeah,
you said-
Wilson has two.
Twan, did you say Wilson?
No, I want to change my pick. Dropping Gems just sold me on that, so I'd like to see who the tight ends are.
We could probably get a better or a solid tight end later on still.
But Terrence Ferguson is available, and Gunnar Helm will be available later too. But who are we voting for, man?
It's just nobody I really. I'm going Gunnar Helm, man. Gunnar Helm. Okay.
How about
Bro,
spit
y'all
my-
are insane.
How about spit my water out?
Yeah, y'all are insane.
Y'all
I
said the
still-
best for the team, and then we literally gave you a whole scenario about how the offensive line could totally be broken up next year, and everybody's like tight end.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Can I
I was
just
sold
go
on
ahead
that bullshit
Yeah.
ass
The
argument.
benefit
Yeah,
of the team.
All right, so Jake
Bullshit.
the Snake. Jake, it's
I was
your
sold on
pick.
that argument.
I'm look, you can't go wrong with offensive lineman, man. It's about time we have an offensive line. I want to keep that offensive line great. I'm going Ozzie.
All right, Ozzie Pio.
Oi.
Oi. So, Pickle, you can tie it up with Ferguson. Or you can send
Pickle,
it
you're
home
muted.
with... Yeah, you're muted, Pickle.
I struggled to pick between Jared Wilson and Ozzie. But I settled because I do like Cade Mays more than everybody else does. So I'll pick Ozzie as my pick.
All right, Ozzie
Let's
Trapio.
Boo.
You are the draft at number 114. All right, here we go. It's going pretty fast. We're almost on the clock. And we are on the clock. We're not taking no trades, right?
No.
Reject. Yeah, reject. All right. We're at pick 140. What do y'all want to do? So we're gonna go.
Double dip at
Christian
safety. Lathan Ransom.
Pickle, you're up first.
Oh wow, that's cool. I like I like the Virginia Tech running back at 122. I like his speed and agility quite a bit.
So
I like him. I like him too.
So based on two, we have one for Tootin. Jake the Snake.
I kind of like that linebacker from Georgia just because you could pair him with Jalen Walker.
Smell Mondon.
But
is that your vote?
Yeah.
All right,
I'm gonna vote. Yeah,
all right, one for Tootin, one for Mondon. Diesel skills.
Yeah, I'm a Tootin fan. Go that way.
All right, we had two for Tootin. Evan, what's up?
I think even though we just got a safety, we still only have 4 on the roster. And even if Evero wasn't here, normally teams keep 4 or 5 on the roster. So I'm going to go with Lathan Ransom. A good value pick here.
So we have one for Ransom. Let's go Twandon.
Is this best player available?
Best player available is Ted Johnson from Oregon, the wide receiver. Then Danny Stutzman, Lathan Ransom, Kyle McCord. Based on Tootin. We got 3 for Tootin, I believe. Yeah, we got Pickle, Diesel Skills.
I think it's 2. I think they're the only ones.
What's going on? I hear it's sliding on.
Somebody's watching some basketball.
Oh, that's me. I thought I was on mute. I thought I was about to pick.
Evan, what say you, man? We're on Evan, right?
No, I said Lathan Ransom.
Oh, yeah, you said Lathan. Okay, Twan. Yeah, Twan, who say you?
You see the defensive line again, bro.
Jamar Caldwell, Aeneas Peebles. Now, Aeneas Peebles is ranked 140, and we're sitting at 140 right now.
We got enough tackles anyway.
Corner. This is the corner for Carolina Logic. Wanting to see.
Yeah, Aeneas Peoples. We already. Hold on. No. Yeah, Aeneas Peoples.
All right, I got one for Peebles. Cole, what say you, man?
Tootin, running back from Virginia Tech, my friend.
Tootin, that's 3 for Tootin or 4 for Tootin? Pickle said Tootin.
That's 3.
Yeah, that's 3 for Tootin. Poppin, what say you, Tootin?
I'm curious to see who's at edge, just to see if there's a diamond in the rough.
Barron, Antoine Powell Ryland, Tyler Barron, Ja Joyner, Tyler Beatty, a bunch of names you never heard of, pretty much, man.
So are y'all getting Tootin for special teams?
Let me go with Tootin because Tootin is a change of pace back. He has not only one gear, he has 3 gears. I mean, the guy is fast as hell. You get him open space, ain't nobody gonna catch him from behind.
Yep.
Yeah, I'm going with Tootin.
All right, that's 4 for Tootin.
He ran a 4.2 or something like that at the combine, wasn't
Yeah, he was insanely fast. Christian.
Right, but listen. One more time. Are y'all picking Tootin for special teams?
No. Here's
not gonna fucking play.
Well, but hold up, and a punt returner to have one is nice, man. You ran a 4.
Yeah, but let's be real. The guy we got from the Cowboys is on a 1-year deal. Okay, there's 0 chances if he has a good year, he's going to stay here behind 3 other guys.
And Brooks.
Now, let's be real. Brooks. There's no guarantee Brooks comes back.
True.
If they're looking realistically, they're looking at running backs right now in the 2nd round. That doesn't mean to me. That means that there's a realistic chance Brooks ain't coming back this year or next. And besides all that, and then you want to calculate it after that, it's the best value out there. Plus, he can at least play. and injuries happen. In my opinion,
And
I'm going to
also,
him because we need it.
and also,
And
Twan.
they're looking at Ollie Gordon as well. Ollie
But
Gordon comes
also,
in.
like,
I'm okay with that, Papa.
but also remember,
that.
Twan, that's important, man. Special teams is an important piece,
That's
and
I
having
know, but that's what I'm saying. Are y'all getting him for special team? Look, the guy that
I'm
we just got
hold
from
up.
Dallas, he ain't gonna get them type of numbers because he playing behind Chuba this year.
All right, so hold up,
He,
Christian. Christian, you're on the clock. Who you voting for?
Oh, it don't matter, man. Looks like it's Tootin.
It does.
yeah,
Justin.
Wait,
yeah.
Ollie Gordon is still on the board?
Eh,
Is he?
Well, somebody just
position?
said that he is. He's
What
a
position?
running back.
Yes, is on the board.
Oh shoot! If we're gonna go running back, I'm
If
gonna
we're gonna go running back, take
Tootin.
Ollie Gordon.
I'm going
Yeah.
Gordon.
Yeah, I rather go.
It's my
I'm gonna
vote to
change my. I'm
Gordon.
changing my pick to
I'm
Ollie Gordon.
taking
by the way.
Gordon.
Everybody change their shit all at once. So y'all were
Where
all.
does this Tootin shit come from?
So everybody prefers Ollie Gordon over.
Hell yeah.
Tootin might be fast, but Gordon is one of the best running backs in college
All right, man.
football.
Look. We're gonna go fast with this. Did Pickle drop out? Where's Pickle?
Yeah, he dropped. Gordon's 225 or 226. He's a bigger back. It's cool stuff.
All right,
He's
these
a
are
power back.
All right, look, we're gonna do a quick revote. These, who you voting?
The Panthers met with Gordon. You go with Gordon.
Gordon,
Gordon.
Evan,
Gordon.
Twan. Come on, Twan. Twan Don, hello.
Today,
Shit. I'm on mute. No, I'm not on mute. Gordon. Yeah, man. Diesel skill set. We
Gordon.
met with him. Hell
Yeah, that's it. Dr. James, West Justin. I hope y'all like.
Yeah, go on Gordon too. Screw it.
Gordon, you are.
Oh, that
Carolina
fucking
Panthers.
toot. That bullshit ass tootin' talk.
Hey, trade up immediately. Go get ransom. Go get ransom. Go get ransom. Go get
Talking
ransom.
shit about two, but two is nice.
Trade
I'm
up.
trying to tell you.
Wait, is that do you want me to do that?
Go to all.
Yeah,
make
yeah,
sure,
yeah.
make sure
Go
he's
get
still
ransom.
there. Go to all.
Yeah, make sure he's there first.
Yeah.
He gone.
Yeah, he was probably taking like one of the picks after ours.
That's what I was
That's what we
trying to
should
get him to stop it. Yeah, because just bundle these last two picks up and let's take the best we can.
Y'all want to do that? What y'all want to do?
I'm fine with that.
No,
I'm
we
down
could get
with that.
we could get Kevin Winston's teammate Jalen Reed.
I already know who I'm taking. I think Pop put me onto this guy.
I say let it play out and let's take a kicker in the last pick.
We do that every mock.
Yeah, we do that every mock.
I could. We're definitely getting that kicker, man. I don't know how,
so,
See how you
what
see
y'all
right
want
here.
to do, man?
Sit underneath this bridge with their lights off.
So, do y'all want to trade up or let it run?
I say let it run, but
I'm trying to see somebody that I'd even trade up for right at this point.
If y'all want me to look, tell me to look.
Scroll down a little bit, Cody, if you can.
Get Jalen Reed right there at a Penn State, the other safety.
what I
Go
was
get
thinking.
him.
You can do that.
That's what I was
Pair both.
thinking too, Jalen Reed.
Yeah, grab
That'd be
both
dope
Penn State.
shit. That'd just be depth, bro. We need depth, and like
I'm
if
fine
you
with
wait
that.
till 163 and you wait till 230, they just gonna get
Oh,
cut
he won't be there at
anyway.
2:30. He won't be there.
Well, we're actually not that far away, but he might get taken still.
Taking what I'm saying is, if
Jalen.
we don't bundle up, they'll get cut anyway.
All right, boys. You said both finals.
If they even do that.
You want to do it?
I'm fine with it. My vote was.
Yeah, they all about it. It's approved.
Reject.
Rejected.
Reject. All right, Justin. We're gonna do the vote still. So, Justin, who you want? You're going for what's his name? Hang on. Jalen Reed.
Yeah,
Who
I'm
you-
gonna go Jalen.
All right, we got one for Reed. Christian.
is Cam Jackson still there?
No. Yeah, he's long gone.
At the D line?
Let me see.
I don't know if he'll be there.
No, he is
No, he's still
there.
there. He's still there. Ooh,
Cam Jackson.
My vote's
What
for
the?
Cam Jackson.
All right.
What?
I didn't think
Well,
he'd still be there.
Back up to Bobby Brown.
Justin, you want to change your vote? I'll let you. You still want?
No, I'll stick with mine because he's a good one too. But I didn't know that Cam would be there still.
All right, so we have one for Cam Jackson and one for Jalen Reed. Poppin, what say you?
Who's all on there? I can't see at the moment.
It's basically Jalen Reed and Cam Jackson. Kyle McCord, Bashaw Tootin, Jeffrey Bossa, Jamari Caldwell.
Ransom.
Ransom?
Latham, sorry.
he's not here. He's gone. It's Jalen Reed, the safety that we're talking about right now.
Oh, Jalen Reed. Then ain't he kind of small though? He ain't never like 5'9", ain't he?
I don't even know if he's 5'10". Yeah, he's somewhere
It
around there.
won't let me look.
I'll look it up right
he's
now.
short as hell. Like he's like 5'9", 5'8". He's really small, guys.
Let me see. I'm looking it up right now.
He's 6 feet.
Oh yeah, he is. He's 6 foot exactly. 212.
How much does he weigh?
212.
He's 209 or 209 on what I see.
Yeah, it's somewhere around there. It's not far off.
Yeah, he'll start over Nick Scott. He'll start right over Nick Scott.
NFL Draft Buzz.
That's my pick, then. Go ahead. That's my pick.
Draft Buzz.
All right,
says
two
he's
for
6
Jalen
foot.
Reed. Cole, what say you, man?
You know I'm on my own. Give me Tay Felton.
Who? Oh, okay.
Ty Felton, the wide receiver from Maryland.
Twadon.
See, is David Walker from Central Arkansas still available? Edge.
Actually, I probably should have took Wester from Colorado.
Who?
The wide receiver Wester from
No,
Colorado.
he's not there, Twan.
I bet he is.
Nah, he got.
I like Wester.
Rutgers
I like
there.
Wester.
Rutgers is a good pick.
They might have had David Walker as a linebacker, not an edge, actually.
Who are you picking?
Yeah, David. Hey man, whatever y'all picking, man. I don't give a fuck about 158.
So pick someone. Who are we picking? It's either
Oh,
between.
this our last pick?
Yeah, it's between Cam Jackson or the guy that we technically traded up for, which is Jalen Reed.
Yeah.
Jalen Reed, I guess.
All right, Evan.
Jalen Reed.
Diesel Skills.
Cody.
Yeah, everybody named Jalen. Nothing's changed. If their name is Jalen, draft him, Blur. Let's go.
Yep. All right, that'll do it.
What the hell?
Jalen, our final pick. Jalen Reed, you are a Carolina Panther.
And
all right, boys, we're done. This is our draft. Jalen Walker, Carson Schlesinger, Jalen Noel, Kevin Winston Jr., Ozzie Trujillo, or Chapilo, whichever it is, Ollie Gordon II, and Jalen Reed.
Two Penn State safeties that have worked together before. Look at the grades. Look at all the A's. We got 3 A pluses in this draft. Jalen Reed may probably overdrafted. That's fine if you want to argue that. B plus on that score. Good job by the C3 Friday Free for All. Let's go.
Yeah, did an awesome job. I loved both of our drafts, man.
And we got 3 Jalen's. You can't really beat that. All spelled differently, too.
We're the
all right, boys.
In the NFL.
So this is it, man. What letter grade would y'all give this?
It's gotta be an A. I mean, you could make the argument for B plus if you wanted to, but otherwise, I'd say that's a solid A for a draft. Moved up, use our firepower.
It's gotta be.
Gotta be.
All right, boys.
I'm gonna give it an A as well.
Twan.
B.
B. That's fair.
Y'all gonna kick my ass tonight, but it's B.
Christian, what say you, man?
I don't know. B plus.
Yeah.
It's not. It looks good. I just really like. I'm hoping for a tight end.
How about this?
Yeah, I like other players.
It's not my favorite one that we've done, but it's not the worst one, I don't think, either.
No, not at all.
Yeah, man. All right, so I'm going to save this, and I'm going to post this on Twitter and see what the internet thinks about.
This shit really is a C.
Well, let me tell you something. Let me tell you something about this draft real quick.
Yeah,
so this draft right here, what we did was double dipped at safety, and this is what it looks like. Like there's an opportunity for the Carolina Panthers to sign another safety as a free agent on this roster, but they haven't done it yet. Like what we're sitting at right now is Morig and Nick Scott. And Evero likes to have multiple safeties on this team. And if we don't pick up one in free agency, we're going to have to double dip in the draft. That's what I said. Let's use our ammunition in the 4th round, our ammunition in the 5th round, bundle it up, move up, get the guys that we need. I think we did a serviceable job of that tonight on the free-for-all. Not too bad at all.
Yeah, man. Can I say the one thing I disagree with in this draft?
Sure.
The one pick that I disagree with is the Ozzy pick. Not because he's a bad player or anything, but personally for me, I would have taken the value pick, or they were both around the same value, but I would have rather, if we're going to take O-line there, I'd rather have taken Jared Wilson. I mean, right now they had him ranked lower in this mock draft on mock draft database, but personally for me, he's like a 3rd round pick, and he's one of the best centers in this draft, and I rather would have shore up that guy or shore up that position and had a guy who will for sure be here next year. And it's not that I don't like Cade Mays. I know Pickle said he's one of the only people that likes Cade Mays. I do too, because he played well, but he's also still only on a 1-year deal. That's the thing. Yeah. We don't know if any of them will come back. We don't know if any of them will leave, but we also don't know if any of them will come back. So if we go O-line personally there, I rather we would have gone Jared Wilson. Just feels like a better value pick for offensive lineman there.
No, I hear it, man. I'm for it. I would like to find a way to come away with Eminwari and Donovan Ezeraku. I don't know if that's possible, but I would like to.
If we trade back, it's possible.
Yeah,
trade back and get an early second.
Hey, man, we have gone 3 hours and 43 minutes. Damn, this free-for-alls are getting longer and longer, bro. But I had a hell of a fun time. Dude, everybody was awesome on today's show. I thank you all for coming on. I'm going to give everybody their final opportunity to give their last words for the free-for-all. And then we're going to get up out of here, man. We got the boy, Wes Justin, back on the free-for-all. Wes, we appreciate you, brother. Thank you so much for coming and hang out with us. And just give us your final thoughts for the free-for-all tonight, man.
Man, dude, great draft. What can I say, dude? I mean, it was awesome. I give it an A, so it's better than most of them that I was involved in recently. So
yes, sir.
Good shit, for real.
Yeah, man, I appreciate you, brother. My man, dropping gems back on the free for all. Keep on coming on, dude. It's more fun with you on the pod, dude.
Is it? Okay, cool. Hey, yeah, I mean, I just wanted to, I had some time. I wanted to come on in and just keep that Tyler Warren love alive, please. I know, Cody, you're on board. Bees, you're on board. I can't emphasize it enough, man. He's a game changer, and there's a crap load of edge rushers that we could, basically focus in on in the 2nd round. I think the whole draft then opens up if you get that target for Bryce. And trust me, I'm a defensive guy. I'm that guy that fucking sheds tears. And what is it? Remember the Titans when that defensive coach tells them, don't give him another fucking yard.
Yeah.
I love that shit, dude. But
me too, dude.
I love that Tyler Warren that much with this draft class and the edge rushers that we can get later on. And I definitely think that if you focus on nose tackle, as a backup to Bobby Brown, that'll also help more so than trying to get a Mason Graham at 8. But that's just me.
Yeah, no, I hear you, brother. I'm a big fan of Tyler Warren. By the way, Pickle said my boy Matt Corral's out here throwing dimes on the Stallions, man. Shout out my boy Matt Corral doing things I always knew he could. Yeah, what's up?
Especially when he had all the mental issues, man. I'm happy to hear it.
Yeah, man, dude, he's got that cannon for an arm. Shout out to Matt Corral. Twan Don, everybody be sure to check out the 704 Charlotte Bowen Show here on YouTube. Twan Don, thank you for coming back on again, bro. Give us your final thoughts for the free for all, man.
Hey, thanks for having me. The brotherhood was back again to talk sports, man,
Yes,
and
sir.
had a good time. Shout out to Dropping Gems, man. Able to put a face to the name, you know what I'm saying, and his insight. A lot of different opinions, man, but that's what makes this shit fun. You know,
That's it.
don't forget to subscribe to the 704 Charlotte Bound Show, man. Hit the like button. Make sure you hit that notification bell so you get all the times when we go live, man. I enjoyed myself today.
Yeah, Twan
Always,
John,
man. Love having you on here, Twan.
I like hearing your guys, everyone that I follow on Twitter or don't follow yet, but you know, I've always said, man, I've learned more from you guys, and you guys have way better opinions than those ESPN fucks or.
Yeah, man, we actually follow the team.
Because we don't get paid for the shit.
Yeah, these ESPN guys, bro, they just vomit shit out that sounds good, I think.
They tell them what to say.
Yeah, man, absolutely. Let me go to my man, Evan. Appreciate you as always, bro. Give me your final
Well,
thought.
hold on. Let me ask you, hey, Dropping Gems, do you have a show?
No.
Oh, okay.
No,
Yeah,
nobody would watch if I did.
I would.
Show is,
I
no,
would.
Christian, I'm about
I
to
would,
start
bro.
I'm about to start up my shit very soon, and I'm gonna need you to come on when we talk about these aliens, bro. I promise.
Is it what I think it is?
Oh, dude, it's everything and more.
Okay.
Yeah.
I haven't got an invite, but
Well, hey, man, once I have, I'm in the process of doing it all now. I'm getting logos and intros made, so it's going to be a real thing. Y'all look out for your boy's own personal YouTube channel. It's going to be lit.
I mean, I ain't got my own
man.
show or anything, but I stream, so.
Hell yeah, man. Well, shout out your stream, bro.
Oh, man. I have YouTube, Twitch, and Facebook, really. Look up West Justin. You'll find me on all three of them.
Yeah, man. What do you normally stream?
Call of Duty, either Call of Duty or Monster Hunter, Elden Ring, a whole bunch of shit. I run a clan that's got like 30 plus people in it, West Clan Gaming,
Nice.
so I'm all over the place.
That's a
Hell
grind.
yeah, brother. That's real. Yeah, man. Y'all check them out. Let me see. Let me go to my man, Jake the Snake, on another free for all. You know it's always awesome to have you, bro. Give me your final thoughts for the show.
Another great Friday free for all as always. I love being on here. I love talking to y'all. I mean, y'all are my therapy, really. I mean, so I love being on here with y'all. So as always, keep pounding. Much love.
Yes, sir.
Keep pounding. You know the final words of the show.
Dang,
go to the brand ambassador. Diesel skills. Diesel wouldn't be a free for all without you, bro. I know you're taking next Friday off. It's gonna be tough to not have the brand ambassador, but you know you're my brother. We love you, man. And why don't you give us your final thoughts and words of wisdom for another free for all in the book?
We wish you a good Friday, next Friday. I hope you have the happiest Friday ever. I hope you enjoy your Easter. I hope that this spring is bountiful for you and your family. And I hope each and every one of you enjoys next week on the Friday Free for All. Tonight we went over a lot of things about this NFL draft and these possibilities for the Carolina Panthers. There's a lot of different ways that the draft could lay out. And we just have to have faith in Dave Canales and Dan Morgan to make the decisions to make this team better for 2025. With that being said, I want each and every one of you to join into the Friday Free for All next Friday at 7 p.m. Give your Panthers opinion and be a part of this C3 Legion moving forward. Of course, the Tuesday show is always there, the longest running Carolina Panthers podcast on the internet at 9 p.m. Join and be a part of that show. Join our conversation, our community, the C3 Legion, here for you each and every Friday on the Friday Free for All. You can be a part of the show. It's where the fans matter, Cody, right here at C3. There's only one thing less for us to do, my friend.
Keep pounding, but I also have to give Evan his final outro. My bad, brother. You know that's when I get tunnel vision when I'm ready to get off this thing. My bad. Give me your final thought.
No, you're good. You kind of people started talking, and then you forgot that you were going to me, and then you went to Jake, and then Deez. But that's all right. But
I blame everyone else.
if we're all doing some shout outs, I need to be more consistent on it, but I got my own YouTube channel as well that I'm trying to
Yeah,
I need to
shout it
be
out,
more
man.
consistent with it. It's just Evan Jevin, just my name that I have on here. Same thing. Right now, I'm getting back into it a little bit. I've kind of done some gaming mostly. I even try to do. I know we used to do the C3 or just like a college football talk show on there. I definitely want to do some streams where I talk about sports, whether it's the Panthers, the Jags, or even any other sports. But right now, what I'm doing is I'm doing a MLB The Show rebuild of a team. So I'm doing my own franchise, and I'm rebuilding a team, and I'm hoping to have a lot of fun with it. I love playing or rebuilding teams on these sports games like MLB The Show, so I'm excited to do it. And yeah, always fun coming on this show. Always love talking Panthers ball. Less than 2 weeks until the NFL draft, and let's all keep motherfucking pounding.
Yeah,
maybe.
Duval.
Hey, yes, sir. Duval.
C3 Panther Nation. Until next time, keep pounding.